My name's Owen, I'm the Dungeon Master of our Return of the Giants campaign.
Hello everyone, my name's Jared. I'm playing the character of Threign, Path of the Giant Barbarian, and he is seeking to learn about his heritage of the Frost Giants.
Hi, I'm Ali, and I'm playing Lyra, the Eladrin Druid.
Hi, I'm Matt. I'm playing Niles Silverwind, the monk Owlin.
Hi guys, my name's Simon. I'm playing the character of Ember. He wants to be a master of wildfire, but does he have the skills to be best one?
Hi, I'm Dave. My character is Harry Harrington the Harengon, a roguish merchant with a heart of gold.
Hello!
Hello, everyone.
Start counting.
Hello, everybody! Yeah, I'm sorry.
Sorry, I'm not bilingual.
My bad. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Lost Archives for our Return of the Giants homebrew campaign. It is lovely to see all of your beautiful faces here once again. We are very excited to be jumping straight back into the campaign. Only two quick announcements to share before we do. The first one, unfortunately, Ali has come down with a bit of a sickness. We're not sure what yet, but given that there's been a little bit of COVID starting to pop back up again in Australia, I've had a couple of people, I can see Simon nodding. It could potentially be that she's come down with COVID. Hoping it's not, and we're wishing her a very speedy recovery, but as she won't be here tonight, I will play the character of Lyra until she rejoins us. We obviously have Jared and Dave back with us tonight. Welcome back, boys.
Oh, good to be back. Thank you for the welcome.
We're definitely going to be quickly exploring what your characters did last session, and I'll do a very thorough recap as well, so we can get back into the mindset and make sure we're ready to get back in. The only other announcement I have to make is one that I've already made on the other two streams that we do, and that is a massive thank you to everybody who came along to the live session of D&D at the Collectors Market in Brisbane on Sunday. It was absolutely fantastic. I had an awesome time. I've never really done cosplay before, so getting dressed up as my tiefling sorcerer was loads of fun, and unfortunately I think it has awakened something within me, and I'm now going to do shitloads of cosplay every opportunity I get. It was just loads of fun. Thank you everybody who came. We had a great time. I didn't get a chance to say hello to everybody in the audience afterwards. If you're one of the people who came up and asked me for a photo and I was really fucking awkward, I'm really sorry. I just wasn't expecting it and I was a bit nervous. So apologies for anyone if you're one of the people who was listening and you came and asked me for a photo. I'm so sorry that I came across as some absolute weirdo. Yeah, sure. Sorry about that. Really, really sorry. The only other fun story I have to share about that, which is quite funny, is that in the photos that are up on Discord and in the on the Twitter, you'll notice that I'm not painted. I did get some paint to paint my skin, but I couldn't use it because Ali discovered, my partner Ali, not Ali who plays with us, Alice discovered that it was not body paint, but medium body paint, i.e. not for skin.
We've had a golden, Goldfinger kind of situation going on.
Yeah, no, but it was actual gold paint as well. So it was because I was going to do tattoos because I was a divine soul sorcerer tiefling. Turns out it was medium body paint. So I'm a fucking idiot is all I could say to that.
So when you looked at it, you're like, I've got a medium body, that should be fine.
I didn't see the medium in my defense. I just saw body paint and I was like, great, that's what I need. It wasn't. It was not body paint. It was not for placement on the skin or any other type of biological tissue. So couldn't use that. And great. Now I've got this tube of paint that I'm never going to be able to use again because it's quite a bright, colourful gold that I thought was perfect for this, but I don't know what I'm going to use it on after that. What should I paint?
You might find a reason.
Give me suggestions in chat what I should paint with the medium body paint. That's my only fun announcement from the thing. So massive thank you. It was lovely to see all of you there. We had an awesome time, and Hermes D&D service, which is Jesus Christ. Hermes D&D service, which is the group who ran the session. Massive thank you to them as well. Sorry, just being a ballpark tonight. Come here. Up.
Aww.
Oh, little pop.
I'll cut this bit. I agree. You could drink the paint. I'm not gonna drink the paint, Harley. This is solid.
Fucking Harley.
We knew it had to be Harley immediately, right? Let me just before I forget. Right, perfect. Now I know where to cut. Awesome. Well, so yeah, massive thank you, everybody. Now, let us get into the session without any further ado. Let me read a recap, and we will jump straight back in. Previously, our series has been following the adventures of the Tempest Adventuring Guild, a name now legendary across the lands of Nostea, specifically a brand new team. Lyra, Niles, Harry, Ember, and Threign have returned to the merchant city of Oxenfurt, to the home of the Tempest Guild, the Night Hall. After saving the settlement of Laspire, following the accidental activation of some ancient giant technology, the team have met up with the Hill Giants and learns that the giant clans are in a state of civil war, following the death of King Mjorn. Deciding to assist the chief of this clan, Chief Gunglot, the team have now broken an ancient curse called a Kniving, freeing a massive dragon turtle mauler. With their initial mission complete, the team met up with Mira, a red and silver dragonborn and one of the founding members of the Tempest Adventuring Guild, who has transported them back to the guild headquarters in the city of Oxenfurt. After spending some time in the Night Hall with Howls Under the Earth, a tabaxi blacksmith, the team decided to split up and explore the city. While Threign and Harry headed off in separate directions, Ember, Lyra, and Niles walked down to the sea dock to check the markets and investigate rumours of enchanted tattoos. Chatting with some of the denizens around the docks, the team were recommended the Inkspren Tattoo Parlour as the perfect place to get a magic tattoo. Heading inside, the team found the building covered in glowing designs depicting the depths of the ocean, gradually rising higher up as they climbed the staircase up towards the top floor. The proprietor of this shop introduced themselves as Inkspren, clad in layers of cloth completely covering their entire body, only webbed hands and soft bioluminescent eyes visible. After spending some time learning from Inkspren about the various magical tattoos available, the team headed back downstairs and outside to a nearby bakery, selling a delicious-looking baked treat called a fishy treat. Enjoying their new fishy treats, the team learned, only after finishing every last bite, that the filling was in fact made from squeezed sea cucumber juice. Deciding to wash down the meal with a drink, the team made their way to a nearby tavern, right next to the unseen university. We left off last session as the team enjoyed some exciting cocktails, waiting for the rest of their team to join them. And that is where we left off last session. We're not going to jump back in with Ember, Niles, and Lyra. We're actually going to jump to Harry and Threign.
Ooh, that's cool.
Yeah, when we... What are you doing with your camera? It's just... You son of a bitch.
Sorry, I couldn't help it.
Actually, someone's commented, are Jared and Simon twins? Actually, you guys don't look that dissimilar.
I was going to say, it's like a mirror. Got sweep going one way or the other.
We do look pretty similar.
Especially having you on top of what is going on. This is a serious professional stream. This is our main campaign. This is like...
You know what? I was just looking at my options, and like you were halfway through the recap, and I just did it for a second, and then Simon and Matt saw it. They started pissing themselves. I had to turn my camera off for a second because I burst out laughing. I apologize, Owen. It was
childish. I just want to show you the disapproving glare of a tiny dog. Look at this. That is what you've done. Just sick of your shit. That's what you get. Now, Harry and Threign. When the team had finished speaking with Howls Under the Earth and had finished sort of commissioning and learning what they were going to use for their blacksmithing needs, the two of you, I sort of had you both heading off in your own direction. Harry, I had you say that you had some merchant contracts you needed to check up on as a way of quickly extricating yourself from that situation. I think let's start with Harry. Arriving back in Oxenfurt, this is a city you have been to many, many times before. On the eastern coast of Oceania, the largest continent on the plain of Nostea. Oxenfurt is a trading hub. It is the main trading hub actually for the entire empire, even more so than the capital, Palin. There is no way, as a merchant, you have not been through here. And as a roguish individual, there is also quite an active underground that so far we have not explored in either the Tyranny of Dragons campaign or in the Return of the Giants campaign. Harry, you would have contacts in the city that you could talk to and speak to about procuring or selling items that needed to be moved quickly or needed to be dealt with in a quick manner. This is a city that you have spent quite a bit of time in. My question is, what would you be doing? What would Harry be doing?
Here he met the other guys at the Spire, and he was on his way down to Oxenfurt to move some goods, which are in his bag. So he's going to go down, and while he's fencing off some acquired goods, he'd also like to suss out if anyone. He wants to try and find a bit more information of what's happening to him.
Well, I think this is something we should roleplay. Definitely.
Yeah.
Harry, there's a couple of different locations that you can head to if you wanted to get rid of stolen goods. If there's any magical items that you wanted to get rid of or acquire, underneath the university, in the sewers beneath it, is an artificer who has been known to trade in stolen magical items or dangerous magical items. The entrance is actually near the airship docks, and the passageway takes you underneath the university itself to the old library that has long since been abandoned on the lower floor of the university. If you're looking to trade in mundane items or looking for more information, the actual Thieves Guild headquarters in Oxenfurt, ironically, is actually located underneath one of the guardhouses around the western wall. There used to be an underground barracks there that the guards have long since abandoned and history has forgotten, which has now been turned into the headquarters of the Oxenfurt chapter of the Thieves Guild. Probably your primary place to go to most of the time has been to this location, and there would be contacts there that you would know very well that you could meet up with at any point.
Yeah, here he heads there.
Brilliant. As you make your way through the bustling city streets, it's about mid-morning when you depart, and you can see that the city is busy as usual. You pass elves, humans, halflings, and gnomes. Predominantly the Ocean Empire is made up of these races. You also can see hill dwarves walking past, a few dragonborn, the occasional tabaxi, the occasional Aarakocra. Most of the Aarakocra you see are flying in and out of the large pagoda-like tower located not too far from the airship docks, which is one of the Aarakocra Messenger Guild towers. These are located in most cities across all of Nostea, on most continents, in most cities. The Aarakocra Messenger Guild have a very large presence there. The entrance to where you need to go is actually in between the Aarakocra Messenger Guild tower and the guardhouse that I discussed earlier. So you make your way through the streets.
Harry wants to make sure he's not being followed as he makes his way through town.
Brilliant. Do you want to roll
by
me
his friends or anyone from the guild?
But you have a heart of gold. Who would be following you? Didn't you say
man.
in your intro?
People who want to take advantage of Heart of Gold.
To be fair, that he did steal that heart of gold from another person and keeps it in a bag ready to sell. So, like, I don't know if it's
be hilarious.
It's not his.
That's true.
I have a heart of gold, literally. Like, look, and he produces a gold.
I had to
like
cut it out of a
gold.
diva.
That's what he got into Owen's gold paint and painted up. That's what he used it for. Yeah.
It did kill the man that I fed it to. It was medium body paint. Yeah, Harry, I'll give you an option. Either you can roll a stealth check to try and be really stealthy to try and lose anyone who might be following you, or if you want to roll a perception check, I can have it be more that you're checking very closely behind you and keeping an eye out for anyone who's on your tail. Your choice.
Can I do both in the fact that he's like watching behind him, and when he gets close to the tower, he'll just try to step aside into the shadows and like stealthily make his way there?
Yeah, if you were to roll 2 dice for the same thing and give it more chances to fail, you go for it, buddy. Don't let me hold you back.
Good, because the first one was the perception and it failed, but did it show up in roll 20?
Hasn't yet. Sometimes you have to click on
anything
features and
for
traits to get it.
It did a weird thing where it just virtual table not found. That's right. Okay. Well, I rolled a 9 for perception, just for the sake of speed, and then I rolled a 19 for stealth.
I'll tell you why it didn't pop in roll 20. You're not in the campaign in roll 20.
I am now. Yeah, 19.
That'll do it. What was the stealth check? Sorry, 19 for stealth?
9 for perception, and 19 for stealth.
19 for stealth. 9 for perception. Harry, no one's following you. I mean, you're just a little bunny in a big crowd. You're too hard to keep a track of. Just a little bunny in a big crowd. No one's watching you. No one seems to pay you attention. There's so much going on. Items being transported to and from the airship docks down to the sea docks. Traders, market stalls set up along the street. A few hawkers wandering past trying to offer goods out of suitcases that they carry strapped to their chests. And you pass a cart with an old man selling what looks like beans and calling out about these magic beans as you pass him by, but it sounds a bit odd. No one seems to be paying attention to you, and you slip through the crowd very, very quickly. Your small lapine form, I think is the word for rabbits. Lapine, I think. Yeah.
correct.
Your small lapine form allowing you to dart very, very quickly on your very springy feet. And as you get to the edge of the main thoroughfare, the Westfold Way that carves its way through to the Aarakocra Messenger Guild, you duck into a small alleyway off to the side, wait for a few heartbeats. When you see that no one's following you, you begin making your way to a small brown door set into the stone that appears to be locked. You know, however, that the lock is an illusion, and the door itself is locked magically. All you need to do is speak the passphrase, which you know, and as you speak it, the door swings open. The passageway down into the Thieves' Guild is well lit and beautiful. The brass candlesticks on the wall that are kept eternally lit with a soft magical glow light your pathway down into the common room of the Thieves' Guild. As you step out, you recognize a number of the figures there. A thin feline tabaxi of a panther-like colouring, black fur, very small and wiry even for a tabaxi, who you know is Moonlight Shadow, a very, very accomplished thief and cat burglar. I didn't want to say it, but I have to. I have to. Very, very accomplished thief who is particularly gifted at getting into and out of places that are supposed to be inaccessible. There's also your main contact who you see in the waiting room. This figure looks to be human or half-elf. You've never really been sure what their ancestry is. Ears are ever so slightly pointed. Skin has a very light, almost greyish, purplish tint to it. And you know that this is your contact, Arsene.
Hey, AC, how you doing?
Ah, welcome back, Harry. How you doing, mate?
Oh yeah, you know, living the dream and live.
Got anything interesting for me to move?
Yeah, I got some of these from which direction is the spy from here?
Last spy is north east.
Yeah, northeast. Yeah, I got these from out east. He opens his bag and hands him some contraband smut magazines. Which,
yeah. Oh, I thought you were serious for a second. Is this a joke?
Well, these are limited editions, mate. This is good stuff.
Look, I'm not an appraiser of sexy magazines. Can you give me a rough idea what I should be expecting to get for these?
Yeah, like
Backdoor Bunnies 5. Thank you, chat.
Man, Donut's been going off with some
Donut
is on fire tonight.
Donut,
Wow.
you make me laugh, buddy. That's great.
That's great.
If anyone's got any good suggestions for the names of these fantasy smut magazines,
Oh no.
please chuck them in.
Oh my.
I'm enjoying them.
The best
carry
one,
on.
I'll chat GPT and put it on the wiki. What?
Jesus Christ.
Wow.
Sorry, Harry, continue.
It's alright. How much was a fishy treat? It was like 2 silver each, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah. You can get like 5 silver per magazine.
5 silver for this printed piece of paper. What's... And he opens and goes, whoa! Wow.
Right,
Yeah.
right?
I might keep one of these for my own personal collection. This is nice. Have you seen September here? And he holds up one of the calendar opening points. Wow. Check out the hooves on that satyr. My goodness. Sorry.
Check out this one. He opens it up and it's a pop-up one.
Oh, wow. No, do you know what? If you'll allow me, it's actually enchanted and an illusionary form rises from the page in 3D. Whoa. I tell you what, mate.
This is good stuff.
Tell you what, how many of these have you got?
I picked up a whole bunch from my supplier, so about 30 here.
30?
Yeah.
Look, I'll tell you what right now. I trust you. We've been doing business for a while. If you're telling me these are worth 5 silver per piece, I'm gonna trust you they're worth 5 silver per piece. You wouldn't fuck me over, would you, little rabbit?
I don't know the meaning of fucking you over, mate.
Good. Well, tell you what, for all this here, I think let's assume that I can get a pretty good deal and move these, and I might keep a couple for myself and maybe 1 or 2 for the others in the building.
Yeah. I'll see them for you to 2 silver each.
My God, look at this one. Didn't know a penis could be that long. I would give this one to Tia. She's gonna like that one.
Oh no! If you rotate it this way, it gets longer.
Oh my God. Wow.
Magic, right?
Yeah, put an eye out with that thing. Yeah. Well, look, tell you what. I'm sorry. This is not how these sessions normally go, but Dave set this tone, and I'm just going to go along with it because
I couldn't think of any contraband that wasn't.
You couldn't think of any contraband, so you went for smut magazines.
Pop out
That would be like
magazines as well.
breaking in terms of like.
What was that? Sorry, side.
Pop out magazines. Things are waving in.
I just love that you couldn't think of like drugs or alcohol, like stolen items.
I feel like drugs and alcohol would be like, well, I mean, alcohol is high volume and be quite heavy to carry, and I didn't have a bag of holding before this.
It's true.
And drugs is a bit heavy.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah. So
stolen
like,
goods, no. Poached items, like maybe horns poached off a unicorn. Nah. Smut.
Yeah, no, that's a good idea.
Smut.
So, yeah.
No, it's kind of.
Yeah, it is. It's annoying, but there's nothing I can do.
I was inspired by Crassus's romance novels.
I was gonna say, like, why didn't Harry sell Crassus a magazine, man? Like, what? Come on.
This is a step above the novels.
Oh, this is a little bit.
So,
Crassus wrote his own romance magazines.
He was collecting them.
Oh yeah, I didn't.
I was going to say, this is a collection of Harry photos.
Yeah, I went around for that. So my old character before Threign, he I ChatGPT'd a bunch of like you know the lusty Argonian sort of made sort of sort of nothing like it wasn't smut though. It was the classic, very corny '90s romance novels with the bare-chested man with the woman at the feet, like sort of like those corny, really corny ass romance novels.
Which is why Harry never tried to peddle any to Crassus.
Nah, he probably wouldn't be smart. That's a bit too on the nose.
Yeah.
Well, look, tell you what, mate. Let's assume I can sell all these.
Got this one, right? This one has thaumaturgy cast on it. You can actually smell her perfume. And on this page, you can smell the. Ooh, actually, maybe you don't smell that one.
Holy shit. Yeah, look, I'll tell you what, mate. I'll tell you what. Normally, let's say I can sell all of these. 5 silver each, you reckon?
Yep.
Well, that'd be getting you about 15 gold pieces. Now, I was thinking I might keep 1 or 2 of these for myself. How about as a finder's fee? And for some excellent work and an unexpected boon, I will give you the full 15.
Hang on.
Yeah.
Yes? But how do you make money from this?
Mate, I'm not going to sell them for 5. I'm going to sell them for more than that.
Oh, yep. 15 is good.
Yeah, I know.
Yep. Yeah, sorry. I forgot 5 silver from the place where I got them. Here, it's in lower domain.
Well, I'm also gonna get one of our typists to copy these and to see if we can get them enchanted. I'm gonna start making copies, illegal copies that will sell, bootleg stuff.
Harry winces with the fact that he didn't think of that.
Right, here you go.
Okay.
Hands over 15 gold pieces.
Cool. Yeah. Do you know anyone around here who like? Know stuff about giants or like warlocks or patrons?
Probably want to talk to Tia.
Tia? What? Yeah, where can
You haven't had much to do with Tia, have you? Up to this point. I'll come introduce you. You've not really had much reason to talk to her. Most of the stuff you've brought through has been pretty, like, A-grade, like, easy to move level. Like, we don't have to worry too much about it. Not going to get in trouble if we're caught with the goods.
Yeah. What examples of things have I brought?
What examples of things have you brought? Would you remember that crate of paint that you brought? You said it was body paint, but it did turn out to not be for use on skin.
No. I said it was full body paint.
Yeah, it wasn't.
It's like full cream, mate. It's like full cream.
2 people died, just FYI. It took us ages to pin that on the... Yeah, look, don't worry. You don't have to worry about any of that. We got that all sorted. Nothing you need to worry about.
Okay, off to...
Yeah, let me take you down to Tia.
A great product.
With that, he leads you through the winding passageways to a series of rooms that have been designated almost like little offices or studies. Walking down the corridor, he knocks on one of the doors at the far end and then listens out. When he hears a, "Yeah, come in," he opens the door, leads you inside. Sitting at the table is a high elf. She is almost, if she was a human, she'd be in her maybe 50s or 60s. Long blonde hair has aged to almost like a lighter grey, streaks through. Bright golden eyes, and with this very beautiful pale skin. And as she looks up from a notebook that she's currently taking a number of notes in, she gives you a look, Harry, cocks her head and goes, yes, Harry, aren't you? Tia. She stands up and offers her
Harry
hand.
Harrington the Harengon. And Harry shakes her hand.
Wonderful. Take a seat. What can I help you with?
Yeah, Tia. So, I had a experience with you
can't try the products that you're moving. Oh, sorry. No?
Oh no, that it was one time, and I learned a very important lesson from that.
Oh.
It was like an otherworldly being that took me to a black lake and had tentacles under the water, and I think it was like a patron or a warlock thing, or like something magical. Is there anyone who knows things about that?
She reaches down and yeah, there you go.
Oh, like when I woke up, I could like cast basic magic.
No history of magic before this incident?
Only magic mushrooms.
Did you make an agreement with this entity, this being? Did it offer you power in exchange for something, and you agreed to that?
Yeah. I was dying, so yeah, I did.
Well, congratulations, Harry. You have sold your soul to a otherworldly entity. You are now a warlock, and you are now at the beck and call of a devil, a demon, some massive squid monster. Who knows? Well done.
Yeah, is there anywhere I can go to like identify what this thing is? Is that like a appraisal for warlock shop?
Yeah, it sounds like wizard shit.
Yeah, okay, yeah, wizard.
Go to the university and have a chat to them about it. Maybe you can enroll in some classes, get a better handle on your magic.
Huh. Okay, well, thanks for that. How you doing? How's business?
Busy. Yes, very busy. We've had a number of items come through. We've been acquiring quite a large number of salvaged goods from a settlement up towards the north. Laspire, I believe.
Yes, he was there.
You were there? What did you bring back from Laspire? Do you have any goods we need to inventory?
Harry didn't take much. Yeah, that's right. Like, yeah, I tried to get a crystal, but it went boom and hurt my head pretty bad. But no, I didn't take any. I didn't manage to get anything of value from there.
Huh. Others spoke so highly of you. Well, don't let me detain you, Harry.
I am heading to, I think, the Underdark soon. Is there anything that that would be useful for you or high value that I should be keeping an eye out for?
Gold, gems, jewelry, rare items, just
stuff. Anything in particular in high demand that might be good value?
Well, the Underdark is a place with quite a large mining operation run by the Duergar. If you can convince them or acquire some precious gemstones, they'd be worth quite a bit of money, especially if you could get them uncut. Then there's no identification. We can move them quite quickly. Organize them to be cut by one of our jewelers. Otherwise, if you're looking to acquire other rare items, if you're brave enough to sneak into one of the Drow enclaves, they often have magical items which could be worth quite a bit of money. Just make sure you don't steal from the Drow who follow Lolth. They'll tear your stomach out, whereas the Drow who follow Damir will just, probably imprison you for a few decades.
Yep, I don't live that long. Okay, thanks for that. I better hop to it. And Harry gives the alpha wink and leaves.
She groans and lets you leave and shuts the door behind her using Mage Hand. You watch as she holds her hand up a little white gloved hand appears in midair and closes the door rapidly behind you.
Hiri decides to just quickly look for anything that he could bring to the others as like a souvenir, or to like pretend like he was doing, I don't know, business in the market.
I mean, as you look around the storeroom, which is just down the hallway from where you are, there's a number of items which are currently there. However, the punishment for stealing from the Thieves Guild is death. Painful, slow death.
Is there anyone selling food at the Thieves Guild?
Doesn't seem like anyone's selling food at the Thieves Guild. There's not like a friendly, like, falafel stand just like set up in the Thieves
eat
Guild.
as well, Owen.
They do,
Okay,
but...
well, if it's the case, Hiri will head off, and
Perfect.
after all this, he's like, oh, maybe I'll get a drink, and head
Perfect.
to a Thieven.
Brilliant. Threign, what would you be doing while all this is going on?
So you said something about wrestling and stuff. I 100% would look for some form of a fighting pit.
Yeah. Threign, very, very disappointing. There are no fighting pits. True fighting pits in Oxenfurt. You give it a really good look, and oftentimes you are met with bemusement. Other times people go, well, how barbaric, and give you a bit of a wide berth after that point. However, while there is not necessarily a fighting pit per se, over at the Ocean Empire barracks, which is where the guards mostly spend their time, as well as those who have to travel around between different areas, there is a sparring arena built right inside the very center of the barracks. The barrack forms a courtyard.
Perfect.
And it is welcome to any who want to come and test their skills. The Ocean
I'm
Guard...
going to walk up to it.
Brilliant.
And I'm going to use Thaumaturgy to make myself 3 times louder and shout at the top of my lungs. Ha 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 ha! Who wants to throw down? Come on! Come on now. I will throw down to anyone. Let's do it right now.
A number of the guards who are currently...
Top of my lungs, 3 times the normal volume.
A number of the guards who are currently
He's a
sparring
sloppy person.
drop what they're holding and cover their ears, given that this entire area is a courtyard, which means the sound is going to bounce off the walls and just amplify. What? What do you want? As one of them turns towards you, a youngish fellow, probably in his like mid-20s, human.
This looks like somewhere to... You were all training? You were sparring?
They look around
How about you
at
fall down
everyone
with me?
practicing.
This should be fun.
You want to fight us?
Oh, 100%. This would
How
be
many?
fun.
What, all of us at once? Just one? What do you want to? How do you want to do this?
How many are there?
There's 8 guards currently sparring. Over by the edge of the wall is an older gentleman with a very unfamiliar looking sword strapped to his waist. Long, thin crossguard, very katana-esque blade strapped to his waist. And he just is taking a drink from a water barrel.
I'm definitely going to look at them all there. I'm going to crack my neck. I think all of you should be fun. I'm going to do it all. Let's go crazy. Probably going to get my ass kicked. But...
Great. What I'll get you to do then, rather than doing like a full combat where we go round and round and round, what I'll get you to do, can you please roll me... I'm going to say that this is a... Could you get me to roll me a strength check and a constitution saving throw?
Okay, so strength check, when you say that, do you just mean like a flat roll with a strength?
You can do it as an athletics if you like.
All right, let's do athletics.
Yeah, you can use athletics. Athletics and then a constitution
100%,
saving throw.
Just for fun. Oh, no, I wouldn't rage, actually. Sometimes I want to go off my own merits and not actually like become a double the size. So let's just do a normal, only 12, unfortunately.
12, not bad.
Makes sense, though, because there's 8 people,
there's
though.
8 people.
So that actually sort of explains why it's a bit lower.
And then the constitution saving throw. This is the more important
It's
one.
a lot better.
25.
Ooh, yes.
Okay,
Great
here's
roll.
what happens. So these soldiers have been trained very carefully, and they easily could have rushed you all at once, and there's not much you could have done about it. But there is very much a sense of honor among the Ocean guards. They only come at you in groups of 1 or 2, the rest keeping back, making sure that they always are flanking you and kind of keeping you on your toes, causing you to constantly have to pivot and spin because you don't know where the next attack might come from. But these guards clearly show a very strong sense of honor when it comes to this sparring match. you take a number of hits from these wooden practice swords, like a champ. They chuck you, if you wanted to spar with a weapon, they chuck you a one quarterstaff. Oh, just your fists.
No weapon.
Easy.
Just fists and like throwing them around and stuff like that.
Perfect. No, easy done. You take a number of whacks, and by the end of this sparring match, there are bright, angry welts on your upper forearms. There's one on your back, but the adrenaline of the moment, you can't even feel them. They're like little pinpricks.
I'm going to look at them all. How are they looking? Are they like tired?
4 of them are down during the process of the match. Two of them back off. One of them you knock down, and he has to like crawl his way out of the way because he falls badly on his leg and like sprains his ankle. And one of the other ones, as you go to punch him in the face, ducks underneath and goes, "Nah, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. Nah, fuck this. I'm out. Nah, it's not worth it. Not worth it."
Round 2.
The 4 who remain, they hold up their own. These are not unpracticed louts. These men know how to handle themselves in combat, and when they see you fighting with fists, while the other 4 keep their practice swords, these 4 ditch their swords and chuck them away.
I like the cut of your jib. Let's make this a little bit more spicier. I rage.
Okay. Could I get you to roll me an athletics check again, please?
Is that with advantage, I think, for
yes,
raging?
because you're raging.
Yes.
I'm allowing you to re-roll your previous
25.
athletics. Oh no, I was because you raged. I was letting you re-roll the athletics and taking the higher number. So, fuck it, we'll give you the 25. Whatever. Let's give it to you.
Okay. Sorry.
Go on. Let's give it to you.
I love it.
You make short work of the guards. The rage doesn't just give you strength; it gives you speed, and that is the key.
And I'm also double my size for them too.
Oh, it does, true. It also gives you size as well, which means you have a much better reach. They're not ready for it. And as you suddenly grow in size to a large creature and then begin kicking out and slapping forwards, you absolutely knock each one down, one after the other. By the end of the sparring match, all of the guards are either standing on the sidelines cheering their fellows and like going, when you take another one down, or have gone over to the water barrel and are muttering angrily under their breath, looking at you. One of the female guards is actually the last to fall. Not because she's particularly strong, but because she is so quick, you can't even land a blow on her. Unfortunately, as the sparring ground gets stepped on more and more, kicks up more and more dust, she actually slips and doesn't get out of the way in one of your punches in time, and you just deck her down as she sort of lies there, her head ringing. She sits up, shakes a bit of sand out of her ear, and goes, "Oh yeah, all right, good work, nicely done, mate. Well done."
This is fun. You should be all proud. This has been fun in where I am from, my country, my Northgard. We do this on the regular. It's very fun. It builds camaraderie. Let's go. We should now feast.
Yeah,
that is what we do in my country.
How much time we got left for patrol? She calls over to the older gentleman. You've probably got about 45 minutes if you wanted to take it, but I expect the rest of you back here, regardless of bruises, broken bones, or sprained ankles. And he looks at one of the guards. He's like holding his ankle, going like, "Oh, mate, it's really sore."
Bring out the ale. This should be fun.
Yeah, go on. You've earned it. You fight like a demon.
Yes.
So the old man gives you a bit of a nod.
Oh, wait, hold on. Is that the guy with the samurai?
The old man with the samurai sword with the katana.
Did he join in actually?
No, he didn't join in. Just talked from afar.
We should, maybe me and you should throw down, old man. You have something about you.
You think you're hard enough?
It'd be fun.
You think you're hard enough, do you?
I don't know if I am hard enough, but only one way to get better and become stronger is to verse people who are also strong. I can tell there's something about you.
He goes to unclip his sword belt.
Yes,
puts it
perfect.
on the side.
No, don't need any weapons. I have my axe over there, but we use fists in my country. For fun like this.
The old man shrugs off his jacket, and you see wiry muscles pressed against his skin underneath as he cracks his neck. All right, come on then, let's do this. Could I get you to please roll me another athletics check and a constitution?
I'm going to rage again. I'm going to use my last rage for this because this guy looks like
who needs
fun. 24.
24.
And the con.
Natural 20. It's good to use these up now, definitely.
Yeah, I know. On this, but it's fun.
Threign. As you grow in size and rush towards this man and throw your fist forwards, he barely moves at all, simply stepping to the side very lightly, one hand placed against your fist, guiding it past him. And then as he almost springs up into the air, using the momentum of your fist to provide him with a bit of movement, he launches up into the air, landing a kick on the back of your head. As you stumble forwards and swing back, suddenly again, hand just guides your fist just out of the way, moving it past, only the gentlest pressure to move your fist away from him. This continues on for some time. But eventually, you're young, you're fit. He's old.
And I'm twice his size.
Twice his size. He tires. And finally, right as the blow's about to hit him, you watch as he, eyes open wide, sees your leg coming round, goes to move out of the way, realizes he can't, and instead throws up his arm and catches your leg, still being thrown back, but grabbing your leg and absorbing a lot of the pressure and a lot of the force. He then holds up a hand. All right. You're not too bad.
That was fun.
I think if we go any further, one of us is going to hurt the other. I think we can...
What is your name, old man? It's not respectful for me to keep going, you old man. So, what is your name?
It's all right. You can call me old man if you like. The rest here call me Zen.
Well, Zen, I know someone that might be very interested in meeting you. You reminded me of him. Me and him, our bouts was very similar fighting with you. You're just a little bit more refined. I think he would love to meet you.
I've had a bit longer to practice, I'm guessing.
Well, I don't know how old he is. He's a bird. Maybe a couple years old, I'm not sure, but...
He's like 3.
To be honest, I don't normally talk to birds. I normally just eat them as drumsticks, but this one's all right. So I haven't eaten him yet, so that says something.
I'm here most days helping out.
I tried.
Bring him by.
I will.
Yeah.
No, I don't. We will come back. He would love to meet you, like I said. Are you the captain of this
Captain, no,
band?
no, I don't have any titles. Just help out here and there. I'm an ex-adventurer. Just wants to do what he can to help out.
Perfect. Well, it was lovely to meet you all. Thank you so much.
A couple of them...
What am I running away from? We need to feast.
Yeah, while you've been fighting Zen, a number of the guards have gone and raided some of the storerooms, brought out some ale and food, and you spend the next 30 minutes or so enjoying a good meal before Zen calls the rest of the guards back in to continue their training. I mean, you have a great time. The guards, for the most part, are pretty... Like, they're disappointed that you beat them, but only 2 of them really seem to hold a bit of a grudge and spend the entire time glaring at you, muttering under their breath.
The ones that glare at me, I would even walk up to them and be like, why the long face? Why you look at me like this? We have fun. We prove our honor in combat. Now we feast and we best friends, right? Haha! And I smack them on the back.
What? It's like
they obviously probably don't want this. But...
No. Fuck off, mate. Piss off. Don't come back here anymore.
That is not very nice. Do you want another belt?
No.
Then why do you swear to me like that? That is dishonor in my clan, my homelands. Means you want to fight again, yes?
They stand up, walk away inside the barracks.
Okay, see you little babies.
All right, yeah. They wander off,
Zen.
glaring back and looking. You get the sense, Threign, that these 2 are not happy with you.
No, I don't care. I go back to Zen and the other guards. I go back to the Zen and the other guards, and I'm going, so I have questions for all. I am quite new here. Do you know the Tempest Guild, the Adventuring Guild?
There's a look of incredulity as they all kind of look at each other, and the female guard, who was the last one that you knocked down, goes, yeah, the people who saved the world in Palin. Yeah, we've heard of the Tempest Guild.
I've never heard of them, and I'm eating so messily with my hands. Never heard of them, but apparently I'm now one of them. It's whatever.
I'll pull the other one. It's got bells on it.
They gave me this. They gave me this thing, and I showed them the insignia and stuff that I was given.
There's a pause.
I don't actually know what it is. It's little thing for. I don't know what they do with it. Don't know. I put it back in my pack.
As you go to put it back, Zen places a hand on your arm. It's a badge. Seems like you've been invited to join a pretty special group. I'd wear that with pride if it was me.
I look around a little bit, and so other people are listening. I'm sort of moving to Zen, and I can't read it. I have no idea what it says.
Check it here. I'll tell you what it says. Still learning
Sure.
common, eh, lad?
No. I know how to read.
Oh. It is
I just
squiggly,
can't
isn't
read-
it? It's hard to
I
make out.
I just can't read this one particular one.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
I can't
let me have
do
a
it.
look.
No, I know. I am very intelligent. I know things.
Of course. Let's have a look here. Tempest Adventuring Guild, member. Yeah. And then it's got some sort of motto here in a language I don't speak. I can't read the whole badge either.
Oh, okay, that's very interesting. Actually, something to bring up.
It says member of the
but you say
Tempest
to-
Guild.
You say to wear this with honor. Okay, they saved the world, did they? I
Yeah.
imagine now, probably for like to expedite a little bit. I imagine the guards and Zen would actually tell me what the Tempest
Oh
Guild
yeah,
had done.
yeah. Over the next
because-
sort of 10 minutes, they take you through a very rough SparkNotes version of what happened during the Tyranny of Dragons campaign, with some
Yep.
very key mistakes I would like to point out and misconceptions. Lyra and Shana are the same person. Wiltix is a wolf. They were assisted by this big wolf who could also turn into a dragon because they get Wiltix mixed up with Yervith's Drake, Eleanor. Because and
That's
the other
funny.
one, what's the other main one they get mixed up? Oh, and Mira is a red and white dragonborn.
Would
which is
they
actually red and silver.
also with Jin's one? You know how he? Oh, not Jin's actually not part of. No,
No,
he has the tattoo
Jin's mentioned as this shadowy figure who seems to like pursue them for some time and then seems to be working with them. Maybe he was a member of the cult that they recruited. They don't know.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. That actually works out well. Perfect. I have some fun with them. Have some laughs. I'm actually gonna. I don't really have notes for Threign. I don't really keep notes because he can't read common, so I don't keep notes.
Oh, that's
I
a
keep
great
notes on my
excuse
Monday
as a
night.
player to not keep notes. Nicely done.
Hey, I have extensive notes for Monday night. But no, I don't really keep notes for this one. Just Threign wouldn't keep notes.
Fair.
It's actually thematic that he'll forget things later on, so I actually roleplay that.
For the purposes of expediency, as the guards go back to their work, you begin making your way back into the town. Along the way, you actually bump into Harry. And as the two of you are looking around, you hear the sounds of raucous laughter coming from a tavern not too far from the Unseen University. The tavern is called the Thirsty Sage. And now that it's been about an hour or so since the others got there, students are milling in quite large numbers. It seems like this place is very, very popular with the local students.
Hey, good to see you again. That looks quite fun. We should go and check it out. What do you think?
Yeah, I've been there before. It's a good place. It's a local watering hole.
Nice. I don't want water though. Why would I want water? I want alcohol.
Yes, they have alcohol too.
Oh, do they? Well,
As the two of
means
you,
let's go in then.
as the two of you make your way inside the doors, we're going to jump back to the others really quickly.
Yep.
Ember, Lyra, and Niles. Over the last 45 minutes, you've been enjoying more drinks if you want them, listening to the sounds of raucous entertainment. As a quick reminder, and so for Harry and Threign as they step in, the tavern itself is a very unusual setup. Each of the tables is connected to the ceiling by a large copper pipe, these series of copper tubes which all lead back behind the bar as they rise from the tables to the ceiling and then go back behind the bar. There's taps at each table as well as glasses stored underneath them. The bartender, Phineas, a halfling man who looks to be in his sort of 40s to 50s, as you call out a number from the menu, activates one of the spigots or one of the taps behind the bar, which allows the drink to flow through the tubes to the specific table where it is. There is a tradition in this tavern where when someone orders particular drinks, there's a bit of a reaction. One of the drinks, everyone goes like, whoa! If someone orders like just a boring ale, everyone goes, boo, boring. Like there's a culture, a very student drinking culture here of kind of playing up the menu and playing up the experience. And it's part of the I guess like the charm of the Thirsty Sage. No, actually, let's go. Yeah, Ember.
Honestly,
and...
I would actually go there. To be honest, it sounds fun.
Sounds awesome. Ember and Niles, would the two of you have continued drinking? And if so, what would you be looking for on the menu? Did you want me to read out some more cocktails?
Yeah, I think Niles would probably just be enjoying, a bit of downtime. He hasn't really had the chance to enjoy the city. He was there on business to begin with, so yeah, he's probably enjoying a fine something a little bit more elegant, a little bit more fine.
Ooh, okay. Sounds like you're looking for maybe a cocktail called Fey Nectar or Ent Sap.
Ooh, he'll definitely go the Fey Nectar. That sounds
Fey Nectar.
delightful.
As you call out number 31, which is the Fey Nectar, everyone around the room puts their hands together like butterfly wings and goes whoop, 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 as you. That seems to be the reaction for the Fey Nectar.
Oh, what the hell?
No
That's
idea
awesome.
why.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, what does this mean? What do I have? What to expect from this?
As you pull the tap into the glass, a bright bubblegum pink liquid pours out, and immediately this floral rose smell rises from the glass.
Ooh, ooh.
Oh,
That sounds
my.
like the little bird. I can hear he's hooting.
Oh, Threign, is that you?
No way.
Come over here.
Oh. Hello, friends.
We saved you a spot.
yeah.
Oh, and
you-
Harry,
Yes.
hello.
I sort of sit down and like sort of give you both predator handshakes as I always do.
Yeah.
Lyra is sitting there coughing a little bit and sipping a glass of water. Hey guys, how you doing? Don't order the dragon's fire.
Why? What happened?
It's really, 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 really hot.
Is that a challenge?
I think you should try it.
Lyra gets
You
Really?
might be able to handle it.
Lyra gets a gleam in her eye and goes, "You couldn't handle it, Threign."
No, this is challenge. Give me one of them, please. I say it to whoever's around. At thaumaturgy, though.
Lyra nudges you. Lyra nudges you and points to the menu and says, "Just call out the number."
I think you guys get
Number
used
6.
to it. When you see Threign sort of heave back in and he draws in breath, you all probably
Yeah.
know what's going to happen. So you probably clasp your ears, but he's definitely going to use thaumaturgy to 3 times his normal voice to ask for that drink.
Do you know how to read numbers?
No, probably not. Only
Oh, no.
no, probably not. But like the thing is, oh wait, Lyra, did anyone give me the number?
No, Lyra just said the dragon's fire and then pointed to
Yeah,
them and
I
said,
just-
"Just do the number."
I'll just
really
shout
bad
out
drink?
Dragon's Fire, please.
Hey, what was it? What was that, Si?
So what's the really bad drink? The one that from last time, it was like number 50, I want to say it
Oh,
was.
the
Yeah.
gut punch.
Number 50, the gut
Yeah.
punch.
Yeah, I'll lean over to Threign and go, it's number 50.
Okay, I'll shout 50 at full thaumaturgy.
There's a sudden silence that falls over the tavern. Even Threign, you notice this. Everyone suddenly turns silent and turns towards the table. Oi, gut punch! And then as Phineas turns and looks over and goes, "Another one? Really? All right, your fucking funeral." Pulls down on the lever, and as you turn the tap, Threign, and pour it into a glass, a sickening green liquid slowly dribbles out. It's thick and viscous as it pools in the bottom of the glass, filling up probably like, I'd say like maybe 2/3 of a cup of this.
Wait, you want me to drink that? That looks disgusting. It looks like something that came out of an old person in my village.
Well, if you're not strong enough, as Lyra coughs.
No, you'll challenge me. I do this. I drink it.
Right. As you down this drink, the first thing that assaults you is just sour. Bitter, sour flavor that almost burns, and as you feel all of the muscles in your cheeks and mouth constrict at once in response to this intense sour flavor, all of you from the outside watch as Threign's cheeks get sucked into his into the hollow of his mouth as his lips sort of purse out a little bit. Threign, I'm going to get a Constitution saving throw, please.
No, that is fine. I rolled bad for
11.
this.
Threign,
It's not as good as before. That's
Threign.
26.
this is nasty juice. As this
This-
sourness assaults your tongue and begins stabbing away at your taste buds, all you can taste is the sour. And as you go to swallow, that tightening and constricting of the muscles just gets worse. You have to like breathe in as the muscles in your throat tighten and constrict, and you can feel it almost like a warmth moving down your esophagus into your stomach. And as it hits the stomach acid, you swear something went critical in there.
This is not very nice. Who told me to drink this?
As you are sort of like,
why would you do this? This is disgusting.
Threign, the tightening in your throat has raised your voice a whole octave, as your vocal cords have also tightened.
This is disgusting.
I knew that'd be worth it. I just thought of that then. I was like, oh, this will be fun. Let's see what Jared does with this. As everyone around has been completely silent as they heard Threign's voice from before and then hear, oh, this is disgusting. Everyone, the entire tavern breaks out into laughter. A number of the students come and pat you on the back, wishing you commiserations, and then go like, what's your name, mate? What's your name?
When everyone would start laughing, I think Threign would sort of like be sort of disgusted with the taste, but the laugh is probably infectious for him, and he would probably start laughing along with it.
As he laughs up the octave.
I'm not sure how long it lasts for, but slowly I
You don't know. You don't know.
That's what I mean. So I will just keep laughing along everyone else, and slowly my voice will get back to normal eventually, I'm sure.
People, some of the students like come up and congratulate you, go like, what's your name? What's your name, mate? What's your name?
It's the Threign.
Threign! Ah, Threign! Hi, Threign! Friend! So you do the high-pitched voice. After about 5 or 10 minutes, your voice does begin to return to its normal booming octave.
That was disgusting. Now I want ale. What is the number for ale?
Lyra sort of looks over the menu and then sort of points towards Ember. Ember, you had the ale, right? What'd you get?
I think I only got the number 1. I got something very plain.
You just got a pale
I
ale.
was going to be judged.
I will get 1, please. I want 1.
Everyone in the tavern boos you.
But I say it a bit loud. But I do not want a flag, and I want a barrel of it, please.
There's a pause, and Phineas turns around from the bar and goes,
For myself, by the way.
I can keep the tap open. You can keep refilling till you've had a full barrel. I'm not going to roll
I want a barrel, thank you.
I can't roll.
I'll go get it then, okay?
No.
How about that?
No. The way it's connected in the
It's
pipes.
fine. The bird will actually pay for it. It's all good. I'll
No.
go get barrel.
No, I can't disconnect it from the pipes. It's all. It's not a question of like want. It's logistics, mate. I can't do it.
I start booing at him now. I got
Hey!
now I'm booing at him.
No,
Come on,
no.
everybody. You saw me. I'm the person who tried Gutbuster, whatever it's called. You all boo him now for not giving me barrel. Come on now. Come on.
I
let's
will
all get
give you a
into
barrel.
it.
Just keep pouring it from the thing. I'll just try. Fucking Jesus Christ. Sorry, I wouldn't say Jesus Christ. Damn it. He wanders on over and turns a lever. And one of the pipes above your table sort of begins almost like shuddering ominously. There you go.
Oh yes,
What?
Threign, you could just take as much as you need from there. It's quite,
Okay,
quite
cool. I
impressive.
put my mouth on it and just start chugging.
Yeah, I imagine you just go like,
Definitely,
Yeah.
definitely getting another Constitution saving throw from that.
That's fine.
Right, I did rather appropriately call this stream Brewing Trouble. I do stand by that
25.
as a title. 25.
This is so much better.
This is just water. If anything, it washes the sour taste away. And I'm going to say now, even with a 25, just on the volume your stomach can hold, you can't drink a barrel of ale. You can't
That's
do
fine.
it physically. But you do get through a fair portion of it. And by the end, I mean, the seal is stretched to its absolute limit. Like there is no more liquids that can fit inside your body.
So everyone saw me do the Gutbuster, and
Yeah.
what's everyone thinking now? It's like, I ordered the ale, everyone's like, boring, and then they've seen just me do this.
Yeah, as the students watch you drinking and drinking, there's like a cry that starts rising above them. Chug, 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 chug,
Put my
chug,
hands
chug,
out, like-
chug.
I'll put one of them out because I'm holding the other one with the lever.
There is an immediate cry of "Way!" when you finally do finish and sit back. There's a hush as the students turn towards Phineas, and one of them goes, how much did he drink? How much did he get through? Phineas checks the dials and goes, burn me, most of a barrel. It's impressive.
I told told you I'd drink a barrel. I did it. I feel good. That was nice.
Almost. He drank almost.
Well, then, by all means, do it again. I'll drink more.
I haven't closed it off. You keep going, mate.
I will go for barrel then, and I keep going.
Definitely going to get a Constitution saving throw this time at disadvantage, please.
That's fine. I'm all good for this.
I like to imagine the whole
16.
time, like, Niles has just been sitting there with his like drink, going, "Oh my, this is quite
If
exhilarating."
only you had another rage left.
It doesn't help with con.
Bigger.
No, I don't know.
Bigger and then consume
Threign,
more liquid.
you can't fit any more liquid in your stomach
Oh wait, I
without.
don't have a rage left. I have 3.
It doesn't help con save, does it?
No, it doesn't. It's no point
it
doing
doesn't.
it.
But physically,
I'll just-
he becomes bigger, right? So he can store more liquids in him.
Oh, okay, that's interesting.
Crush a barrel against your head.
I mean, I
And
won't
also,
do
do
it
you
though.
get advantage on con saves?
No.
Being a Barbarian?
Aren't
Just
you raging for
athletics.
only a minute though?
Yeah.
Yeah, but then it will go pretty quick because I would have to like punch myself to keep it going.
Threign, here's the
I
situation.
won't do it.
he just turns to the body. Punch me!
Yeah, I go on. This is Sparring time, boys. Get
This is
into it.
just
I
weird.
just have you rotating and punching.
Oh,
no, we're
He's an
not.
angry drunk. Who
I
knew?
don't like this.
No,
Threign,
I don't do that.
you can't fit any more liquid in you. Do you persist in drinking? Sounds
Did
like
I
you
reach
do.
Barrel?
You can't. No. Here's what happens. As you attempt to drink more, having not emptied your bladder or your stomach,
Yep.
it begins to regurgitate back up your throat. And this entire exercise, the cheers of the students, ends with you vomiting heavily on the floor as ale begins bubbling back up through your throat.
Oh.
And you find yourself slipping over in your own vomit and going,
Hey, no, I'm 16. It's not that bad. I'm not throwing. I'm throwing up, but at least I'm not like slipping in it.
This is the good outcome. Imagine
This-
what the bad outcome.
This isn't, you haven't
True.
ruptured your stomach was the bad outcome, like permanently ruptured something. That was, so as you drop on over, just like a balloon emptying this like ale, it's not even like digested yet, onto the floor. The half elf comes up, the high elf comes up, and you watch as she just like sighs and begins prestidigitation, cleaning the floor. Right, you've had enough. Out you go. Go on.
Oh, please, I'm not even drunk. What do you mean? I'd probably be a bit like swaying there.
Yeah, you are definitely. Go on. That's the rules. Once you pop, that's it. You're out. Go on.
But you don't see my feet? What does everyone else think, eh?
As she gives you a look and you turn for like encouragement, the students suddenly seem busy with other things. They do not want to mess. They do not want to mess with the elf.
Okay, I am done with drinking, then you can cut me off, but I stay here with my friends.
Give me a persuasion check.
I'm not very good at them. It's Nick 1. 13's
13.
decent, considering.
She sighs.
Can
Yeah.
Harry chuck her a silver to
Yes.
give him an advantage?
Definitely.
Oh,
As you chuck her a silver, she catches it in the air, tucks it away, and goes, "All right, you're responsible for him," and points to you, Harry.
That is going to be fun.
Why are you lot laughing? She looks over at Ember. You're responsible for him too. All of you are.
Well,
Okay.
I mean, the bartender didn't need to give me the drink. He knew what was going to happen.
Look,
Phineas
Threign-
hands up, goes, you yelled at me and asked people to boo me.
This is fun.
Threign-
I'm having
Threign-
fun.
Threign is new to the city. He is
Never been here. I haven't
yes.
actually been to many cities, to be honest.
Oh yes, this is probably your first city like
Other
this.
than other than the dwarven city, but that was
Oh,
a bit
of
more fun
course.
than this.
And Lespire, I suppose. That was a little bit more. Yes.
That was boring. Mental creatures weren't that great to fight.
That's true. That's true.
While that's going on, Ember, what would you be doing? Oh, Dave, I'll get you to in a
I'd
second, I
just
promised.
Sitting back and checking out like what Threign's doing, just marveling at the fact that he just keeps drinking and drinking and drinking, and
Yeah.
Hey, look,
especially
hey,
after
look,
the
if you guys are like now, she didn't cut me off. Technically, she said you're like
No.
you're my
She cut you
I'm
off
your
and then
responsibility.
said, like, you need to get him out of here. If he causes any more trouble, all of you are out. You would definitely cut off, though.
Right.
Nice try.
Okay.
The-
I'm gonna,
Start making
what
bets with
will
the
then
shoes.
happen is, and I'm gonna do a quick stealth and sleight of hand because I'm going to be stealing drinks.
Can Harry perception check this?
Yes, 100%.
I'm trying to steal drinks from around. I got a good. Wow! Damn.
Oh, damn. Drunk
Natural
Threign
20.
is a force to be reckoned with.
Oh,
Natural
man.
20. 22. Threign. Yeah, whenever the others are talking and discussing things, you just quickly put a glass forward, refill the tap, and have a drink.
Perfect. All right. Okay. We'll get past the shenanigans now, and I'll sort of look around, and this has been fun. It's good to build camaraderie. But Niles, my friend, my bird friend, I met someone that you might be interested in. He's Forst like you. He was a bit of a force, but I was able to best him. But Zen is his name. The guards. I threw down with the guards. It was a lot of fun.
Oh, was this? Did you get into any strife, and did they come to you?
No,
or
I just went to their barracks and shouted at the top of my lungs to throw down with me, and they did.
Oh, wow. Oh, I'm glad that that's worked out for you, and I imagine you gave them a good 1-2.
I did. I took on 8 guards at once and beat them.
Oh, what an impressive feat. But tell me about this Zen fellow. He sounds rather interesting.
When I was fighting him, he reminded me of you a lot, to be honest. Quick mover. He was sort of moving my blows. It was very reminded me of you, to be honest. And I think you could learn a thing or two from him. Not my fighting style per se, but yeah, a bit more yours.
Indeed,
maybe even Harry, to be honest. Harry, you also have a bit of movement to you. You're very quick. It could also be good for you, to be honest.
Ooh. Yes, I move.
So, what has everyone been getting up to, eh? Well, Harry, have been doing our things. We don't have to talk about it if you want, like expedite.
I think we'll expedite and say you guys share.
Yeah, we share what happened from the previous session.
I would like to hear what Harry says though, just because his is a bit more secretive. Obviously, I know that my Threign does not. I would like to just hear what Harry has to say about what he did.
Oh, I had to move some supplies, meet some contacts, and plan about what the next shipment will be.
Ooh,
just boring merchant stuff.
What would the next shipment be, Harry? What would it be, little one?
Oh, you never mind. We you just find some fights to do and you'll be fun.
Secrets kept between friends. Please, I'd love to hear.
Anything that we should... Oh, I'm sorry, Harry. I was just wondering if there was anything, that we could keep an eye out for in our travels that might assist you in your endeavors.
Yeah, I'll let you know when I find something. It's just any opportunities. This is what being entrepreneurs are about, finding opportunities where there are none.
I could learn a thing or two from you as well, to advance the Silverwind family's name and to acquire some more... Well, that was part of the reason I came to the city in the first place, was to acquire some materials and some product for the family. And, well, I've been grossly distracted and a bit of a sidestep there from that original objective.
What materials in Odrix? Maybe I can help you out. I might know a guy.
Well, I was rather interested in some of the mushrooms that they were selling down at the docks, but that's actually when I ran into Lyra that faithful day only a few weeks ago. But I don't know. The Silverwind family are an interesting bunch.
Well, to be honest, little one, if you're interested in trade, well, why don't you go and tag along with Harry next when he does his stuff he does?
Yes. Sounds like there's a lot to glean from this city between its outstanding guards and its outstanding trade. I think this could be a good time to indulge.
Yep, I can show you some of the less known places as well.
Mm. In any case, though, we haven't heard back from Miri yet about where we're going next, though, have we?
Lyra nods. I think we were going to meet her back at the Guildhall, weren't we?
Yes, of course.
This afternoon? Probably. She checks outside the window. Probably is time we, head on over. Maybe, do we want to go across now?
Could be a good idea.
Wouldn't mind hearing what she thinks, because we've got a couple of different options available to us, right? In terms of where we want to go. We could maybe go check out that lead we had to the north. Mira was mentioning something about the Underdark. I mean, and I've always wanted to go visit the Shattered Isles, but that seems more like a thing we do in our own time, maybe.
Maybe. Well, we can see where our travels take us. And
What you do, I do. I'm more than happy to help all my little friends with whatever they need or want.
There was that fellow that the students were talking about before. That Professor Grell fellow. It sounded like he was rather an interesting fellow. I don't know if any of the... Yes. I wasn't sure if any of the spellcasters here might be able to learn anything from him as well while we're here. Might be worth a chat. But those students seemed pretty impressed. Yes.
Yeah, I was asking. They mentioned that he was an expert on, like, fauna and flora. Maybe if we are going to head down into the Underdark, might be worth talking to him to get an idea of what might be there. I mean, also that could be good for the North too, learning what things we might encounter. Although, Threign, you're from the North, aren't you?
I am from the North, yes.
Do you know what we might encounter if we were to go north?
Okay, so that is definitely more of a question for you out of game because I don't know that.
That's right, I do.
What does Threign know? What would Threign say?
Large beasts, dire bears, dire wolves, dire elk. The frozen norths. There's a very rare phenomenon. This isn't what Threign would necessarily know, but for those listening, there's a very rare phenomenon that occurs in the deep sea called deep sea gigantism. In our world. In Nostea, that occurs not just in the deep sea, but also in the far north and far south in the very cold landscapes. There are a number of massive, massive beasts that roam the lands far to the north and far to the south along the icy wastes. The ice caps that surround the very north of Nostea, known as Northgard, are full of enormous creatures, dangerous beasts that the Goliath who inhabit those frozen wastes hunt. I mean, no one in their right mind takes on a dire bear, but alone, as a tribe, maybe in rare circumstances, but the dire elk and the occasional dire wolf, sure.
There's a lot of things, very big creatures that are bigger than me. You got the dire bears. You've got to be careful about them, but they're pretty fun when you got people to go and hunt them. Yetis, massive beasts of many different types. A lot of fun. They get your blood pumping. Elk. If you look at my cloak, I got this from a few elks that I myself have, and wolves that I've. Mind you, these are bigger than me, so a bit of fun.
Probably
bigger than you. Oh my!
I think most of them, yes, they're
your
bigger
fur
than me.
cloak, Threign, I think actually might be from a dire bear. It's been passed down in your family. Maybe one of your ancestors, your great grandfather, was able to.
Well, let's retcon that.
Yeah, when we were doing it, I think I was basing it on bear skin because I did originally have like little bear claws, set into your fists as well. Yeah.
So I sort of look around and sort of like almost like I sort of get into that sort of like storyteller sort of around the campfire-esque, like I'm sort of weaving like this like pretty engaging story, at least for Goliath standards. No, this cloak is passed down from my family. My great ancestor, giant frost giant, Jarl Orfrikson. I am descended from his line, and it was said that he fought this great creature that was bigger than him for days upon days until he finally was able to smite it on the mountainside. It's quite a story that is passed around. This particular dire bear was twice the size of other dire bears, and this is part of his fur. An heirloom of my family.
Must have been a monster.
It was.
Oh.
Jarl Ulfric, he was... he was an amazing warrior. I'm proud to be from his line.
Ember, have you ever experienced any of these creatures before in your travels? You're quite a well-traveled fellow. Have you encountered any of these beasts?
Actually, I mean, in terms of, I don't know how you set it up, Owen, but from where I was, I'd only really started traveling when I got to the cave. I imagine that I'd only been out for maybe a few months at this time. So
you've not. Yeah.
I'm assuming also, in the Ash Grove, there's not much around there. Would that be safe?
Lots of animals, but not any of the huge, massive, dire creatures that haunt the north. Most of the animals that you would have been encountering around the Ash Grove, like elk, deer, the occasional moose, normal bears, normal wolves, very like standard forest animals. But also around the Ash Grove, there's a number of other dangers to look out for. Probably the more dangerous things you've ever faced are known as cinder ents, and they're a type of awakened tree, a type of conscious tree that has been burned and destroyed by fire. And they, for the druids of the Ash Grove, they can be quite dangerous and deadly because they are immune to fire, and that is the specialty of your druids, is this fire magic. So that's when you think of dangerous creatures, you think of a cinder ent.
Wow.
Yeah,
So
well,
like, I was gonna say the Northgard is like the high level. He hasn't got all the badges yet to enter that area. So
Yeah, it's probably like the 6th or 7th badge.
yeah.
Particularly the frost
Gonna
sort of
say,
ice one is.
I haven't got the HM for cut yet, and
Yeah.
the giant pseudo-widow is clearly in my way at this stage.
Yeah. You need the Azure flute to awaken Snorlax, the Pokey flute to awaken Snorlax, and head north.
So yeah, I'd probably say that to Threign and everyone else. It's just, I haven't seen any of these giant creatures. All mine are, well, regular size for me anyway. We're similar size, aren't we? You and I, Threign?
Yeah.
My guy is 8'5".
Okay, so yeah, you're about a foot taller than me. So, you know.
That's fine. I am admittedly quite tall for my race. Even I do come from a line of Jarl Ulfric, so Ulfric, so it's a bit bigger, but there are even bigger things than some of those. The mammoths, you should see some of them. They are huge, and there is a legend that up in the north there is this massive frost dragon. I imagine there would be one. I think there is one that
There
we
is.
encountered.
You guys encountered it.
Let me see.
Or Rathator.
Oh, yeah. A Rathator.
Yes. That's
How
it.
amazing is it that I can remember that? Probably 2 years on. It's just in the
I was gonna look
in
at
the
my
encyclopedia that is this
Yeah.
world, and I just pull open the drawer in my mind palace, pull out what was that dragon? Oh yeah, a Rathator.
It's also such a cool name, a Rathator.
It is.
Rathator.
It just rolls off the tongue. It's awesome.
I sort of go back into that sort of sort of like campfire sort of story again. I go, it is said that there's something that not even the Goliaths hunt in the north. This massive frost worm, the Lathator. No one hunts him. He is the hunter. And we all, even we, the Goliath people, don't run per se, but we don't tangle with that one.
I have a
Niles,
question for the DM.
you're a super fan of the
I am a
Tempest
super
Guild.
fan. Do I recognize who he's talking about based on?
Yeah,
The
I'm gonna
Tempest
get a history check.
Fuck yeah.
Because if you
negative
roll well on
one.
this, you're going to know something about a Rathator. That natural one, that's a 0.
Oh my god. We built that up so much.
I just wasn't expecting a 0. I don't know what number I was expecting, but it wasn't a 0. Niles,
Super fan I am.
Niles,
Jeez.
this is what you know. Oh yeah, you've heard of a Rathator before, but he's not a frostworm. Your Threign has got his facts very confused. Unlike you, he is sorely misinformed, and it is your duty to, I guess, kind of correct Threign and his misconceptions. Or Rathator
God.
was never an ice dragon. Or Rathator's a flumph. A very large flumph, a freakishly large flumph. For those who are not aware what a flumph is, imagine a floating disc-like body, stalk-like eyes, and tentacles that hang underneath. Personality-wise, they're intelligent and they can speak telepathically, and they have the disposition of an excited 4-year-old. Yeah, Rathator was a flumph, a rogue, freakishly large flumph that had been mutated by cosmic rays emerging from some eldritch portal deep beneath the earth. But the Tempest Guild were able to defeat it. You remember distinctly that Emmerich actually had to eat the flumph to destroy it. But
Man, this is all levels wrong. Emmerich wasn't even there.
it's a natural. He got 0.
I know,
I can't give him anything correct.
it.
I have to.
I love it. I love it.
You
This is
have
so
to be.
good.
You have to be so misinformed. And actually, unfortunately, Emmerich perished. In that
He was never there at the end of
He
the
didn't
battle.
make it.
That makes it even more confusing for.
he didn't realize the
Oh,
flump
yeah.
that flumps this particular flump actually, instead of blood, had an endotoxin coursing through its veins. If only he'd known,
can't
he'd be
wait.
here with us today. He was lost.
I can't wait for Niles to eventually meet Emmerich later on.
It was truly tragic. It was truly tragic, Threign. I've also
What?
heard
What's
Tempest Guild
is-
mourned for many days the loss of Emmerich. The flump's body
who
just
is
eviscerating
what-
him into a pile
what is
of
the
goo.
what is the flump? Who is Emmerich?
Oh.
What are you?
Emmerich was one of the esteemed members of the Tempest Guild, one of the founding.
Wait, why are
members.
you saying all this? I'm talking about the Rathator, the great frost worm of the north.
A Rathator is a flump. Don't you know anything? He was never a frost giant, a frost worm. He was a flump. Mutated by the cosmic rays. The Tempest Guild came about his lair and fought him in mortal combat. Unfortunately, Emmerich was lost.
I've seen a Rathator with my own eyes.
No.
Is bigger than our village.
No. You're surely mistaken.
It's so much funny hearing it back. You saying, "No, it was a flump."
He was a flump. Disc-like creature with tentacles. Very strange. Very unusual.
But no,
I'm sure you were mistaken.
No,
I know my facts about the Tempest Guild.
Are you-
Believe you me.
Lyra,
You
who's
calling-
sitting next to you, shakes her head, pats you on the arm, Niles, and goes, Niles,
Yes, Lyra.
none of that's true.
Oh, because she knows Emmerich's alive.
She was
She's
there.
sure.
What do you mean?
A
I have it
Rathator.
under a good authority that is what happened. I
No, I
heard it
thi-
from
I'm-
a fellow in.
I'm
in-
so
in-
sorry.
in Palin. What?
I'm so sorry, Niles. That's all shit. None of that's
What do you
true.
mean? Are you telling me that bastard?
Did you pay him for
Who
this
is-
information?
Wait, who is this bastard? Who told you this?
Niles, you remember a fellow, a youngish fellow with a green tunic and armor, wielding a halberd, with spiky black hair, who you bumped into on one of your journeys, who, when you asked about the Tempest Guild, said, "Oh yeah, mate, I'll tell you all about the Tempest Guild."
It's Emmerich.
Now that you think about it,
It's great.
it does sound very much like the description of Emmerich.
He was playing
How-
a joke on you.
Oh, how embarrassing! That is rather wow. So that was Emmerich.
Yeah,
Oh my.
he does that. He's a bit of a dick.
Oh.
Sorry, Niles.
I mean that's. I'm very upset by this betrayal, but at the same time, to have met Emmerich in the flesh and not know.
No.
That is so true of Emmerich.
Little one, you are being deceived. This angers me. You are one of my family now. I beat up Emmerich when we see him next.
I hunt
will-
this man down.
I will make sure he does not deceive you again.
This is very meta. For those of you who might not know what's going on here, in the Tyranny of Dragons campaign, Emmerich was Jared's player character. So
Yes, for the first bit, before
You switched to-
I found he was a bit too yet again. I always need to find the right fit, and he was a bit too grating on the party. I needed someone who fitted a bit more seamlessly better. And Threign actually has been surprisingly really good with the party. I've had to mend him a little bit, but yeah. So he's but it's pretty funny dissing one of my own characters that I made.
It's great.
Lyra gives a bit of a chuckle and goes, we should probably pay for drinks and head over to the guild hall.
Perfect, no problem. I give a big pat to our friend here, the Birdman. I go, you got this. I take it. I don't have gold. I don't carry it. Yeah. Okay, let's go. I get up and walk out.
You just walk out. I mean, the rest of your group are still there, so they're not worried about you walking out on the bill. There's others there to pay it. Just head outside.
I don't. Dare I say, how much is the bill?
I don't know. There's no prices on the menu. Should we have asked prices beforehand?
We should have.
This could be great.
That's a rather. That's.
How much did Emmerich drink? How much did Threign drink?
Oh, so myself and Sleight of Hands are going to bump this up a little bit too.
Yeah, I know. Don't worry. Lyra goes, how much did he drink? It was like a barrel, and then he drank the gut punch.
You see so many more glasses now that you're looking.
Do you see those glasses there, Lyra? Because I certainly didn't. Where did they come from? We were meant to be keeping an eye on him. What?
Ember, please tell me you've been drinking all of those?
I've had a couple drinks, but no, I wasn't even paying attention to Threign. I was so impressed by the story of Emmerich.
Shit.
Yeah. I shudder to know what the bill is.
There's really only one way to solve this fairly, and I think we can all agree. And Lyra puts her finger on her nose. Harry.
Harry.
Well, sorry, Harry. It's a long.
Bucky, how much is the bill?
Phineas gives you a nod and a wave, leans down the counter, pulls out a receipt, begins like writing down some numbers, goes, that'll be 49 gold pieces.
I was hoping you'd say 15.
Meta-wise,
That's what I got for my goods.
Meta-wise, this is why I give all my gold to you guys that I get, because then you do get it back.
That's true.
I don't carry gold. This is sort of my golden way, so this is fun. I like this. Full circle.
Are we able to put this on the tab for the Tempest Guild?
I just rolled a net one for stealth, so I was trying to...
You slip on some of the uncleaned vomit of Threign.
I love that we're just both standing there and you just fall over.
Oh man, that's great.
he look at distraction, and he slips and falls.
You watch Harry. You feel a hand grip your collar, and you are lifted into the air by your collar by a almost like ghostly, illusionary hand. The high elf, who's seated at a table sipping a wine, holds her hand up, brings you over towards the bar, and lowers you in front of Phineas with this illusionary hand, and then dismisses it. Phineas smiles and goes, right. Yeah, you got the...
There's a tripping hazard there. You're lucky I don't sue.
He looks at the thing and goes, if you're foolish enough to trip over your own feet, it's none of my business.
Harry hands him the 15 gold that he has to the pool, like to Niles, really. But
yeah, and I hand over the remaining money.
Oh, great, thanks very much. Takes the gold, tucks it away, and goes, you're welcome back anytime, the lot of you.
You know, you really should put the prices on the items. So
no, then no one would come here and drink.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Just out of curiosity, how much of that on the bill was the ale that?
Well, the barrel was 23 gold pieces, so like at least half and a bit.
Oh well, I mean that checks out. Is that expensive? Like 23 gold for a barrel? That's pretty pricey,
I mean,
right?
as you have a bit of a think, Niles, do you want to roll me a quick history check?
Sure.
It went so well last time.
Best stat ever.
16.
Can Harry give the help action being emergent in the town?
Sure. You can roll again.
Yeah.
Nice. 16's not bad.
16's pretty good.
9. We'll take the 16.
Take the 16.
Yeah, like a medium quality barrel of ale should only be about 9 gold pieces at the most. Like at the very most.
Yeah. I like my eyes narrow a little bit and go, that is rather steep. Is there a reason for the slight inflated costs?
That's how much it's worth.
I'm gonna inside check him real quick.
Go for it.
Let's see inside. There we go. That's a bit better. Hopefully.
Yeah.
10.
No. We're in the middle of the road.
Phineas seems smiling, convinced that all is okay. Yeah.
Interesting.
Ember, what's your passive perception?
I was, so my passive perception is 13.
Ember.
I was gonna,
Oh, yeah. No, go. No, you go.
All I was going to say is that, well, I mean, they're all talking about what they're doing, but, Budin saying something along the lines of, I thought it was, you sure it's not happy hour or something like that? Surely these prices can't be correct.
As you go to butt in, Ember, as you lean forward, you notice a group of students over by one of the tables laughing and pointing at you lot and cheersing. Holding up their drinks, cheering each other.
I'll walk over to the table and be like, lads, how are we?
There is a sudden, immediate, awkward silence. You watch as a couple of them go, like put their glasses down. One of them chokes into his beer. Another one quickly downs the drink and goes, "Yeah, what's up? Hi, yep."
We're just trying to settle up our tab over there, and it seems to be some discrepancies. You guys wouldn't know anything about that at all?
No.
So,
Make this. I'm just going to quickly. I'm going to let you keep going, Simon. I'm just going to quickly come in. I'm going to stand behind you.
Hang on. You don't know what's going on. You're outside.
No. Well, no. What I'm going to say is, what is taking so long? That's all I'm going to do. I'm now like inserting myself a little bit, so I'm going to. Oh, the inside.
Because if you step back into the entrance, you're over near the bar where the others are all standing. Ember's gone off to the back of the bar to talk to the students.
I was just trying to give him a little. I was just trying to make them more scared.
No.
That's fine. I'll let.
Ember, insight, natural 1, 4. Yeah, all seems good. All seems alright. Probably not.
Well, lads, look, it did seem like you were choosing to us. We're fellow travellers coming through the town. Part of the Tempest Guild, actually. Have you heard of us?
There's a bit of a look that they share and a bit of a chuckle and go, "Wait, are they serious? Are they really part of the Tempest Guild? Show us proof. Where's the proof?"
Do I have any kind of...
A badge. You've been given a badge. All of you have a badge.
Oh, yeah, Mary did. Yeah.
I'll show my bag. I open the wallet, close really quickly. But
it's probably pinned to like your satchel or something. You just move your shoulder and show the badge. I mean, actually, no. Do you know what? Knowing Ember, you've got a case to hold your trophies, right? Is it?
Yeah.
I mean, there's a space on the lid as the case opens up. You've got the 8 slots to put badges in, and then it's just the lid on the other side. Would you have like carved out a bit of the lining and mounted your badge in there? Yeah, nice.
Nice to do. Yep.
There's a sudden pause as they all look at it and go, "Oh shit." Could I get you to please make me, I'm going to say either a persuasion or intimidation, your choice.
Let's see, persuasion.
Can I give him advantage on the intimidation if he does do that? Because I've now walked back in and like I look angrily and nervous. Oh, he's on persuasion. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. We've
I'll
had
take that
3 nat 1s within 5 rolls. That's amazing.
Yeah.
It's crazy. All of you have had a nat 1 tonight, actually. Except for Threign. Except for Threign. That's okay, Threign. We'll get you a nat 1. Don't worry.
Threign had 2 crits.
Threign had 2 crits instead. You've been stealing everyone's good luck.
He's been taking everyone's crits, damn it.
Ember, there's a sudden pause and you watch as one of the students, she looks to be probably about, I'd say maybe 19, 18, half-elf, probably judging by her skin tone, probably half drow, half dark elf. She goes bright red and you watch as the spell that she had been holding in her hand, she closes her hand and the spell fades. Over at the bar, Phineas takes another look at the receipts and goes, "Wait, hang on a minute. You were table 6, right?"
Yes, that's
Oh my
correct.
god, I'm so sorry. I've combined your table with the students over there.
Oh, there
How
you
did I
go.
do that? I am so sorry. There is egg all over my face right now.
I think they should pay for a bill, to be honest.
It's not fair for someone else to pay for a bill just because I made a mistake. That's not right. Sorry, I'm so sorry. Let me just quickly sort that out. Tell you what. Let's just cross off. Why don't we say that the dragon's fire that your friends coughed up half of? How about I take that off as an apology, eh?
What does that bring the bill down to then?
Let me just do the math. 17 gold pieces.
Oh, well, that's a much more amicable, I think.
Yeah, what? As he looks again, looking genuinely confused, he looks a bit dazed, Niles.
Are you okay?
My head feels a bit off. I feel a bit weird. I've never done that before. Normally I'm good at this. Sorry
I
about
like
that.
look around the room, and like these are like students. They're
Yeah.
probably all at the Unseen University.
Yeah.
I look back at the barkeep, and I'm like, does this happen to you often?
No, I don't think so. No, I think this is... Oh, wait. About 3 nights ago, I did the same thing. Person put in an official complaint with the guards, said that I was overcharging. Then they came in and I showed them the receipts and it all seemed in order.
I would just be maybe a bit cautious. Maybe some of these students from the Unseen University might be Perhaps it was a bit of magic to pull one of your eyes.
You don't think that really, do you?
I like glance over at the table that Ember and
Ember's still chatting to them
around, and I just go, "Oh no, I think there might be something going on here."
Cheeky little butt wipes.
Yes. I would be perhaps looking into some more protections, perhaps from these prankster students that you've got under your roofs here.
Penelope, he looks over at the high elf. Yes, dear. You need to cast and detect magic. That magic thing that lets you detect magic. You need to have that up, and you need to let me know if anyone's casting spells on me. Dear, no one's casting spells on you. No, they are. I just made a mistake. You are capable of making mistakes, my love. You've made them before. No. I almost charged these people 47 gold pieces for a couple of drinks and a barrel of ale. Can you keep an eye on that lot? Make sure they're not doing something to me. My head feels funny. Yes, dear, of course. I'll keep an eye out.
Can I insight to see if she's in on it for some reason?
Yeah, that's 100% what I'm
100% you can insight. Of course you can.
I'll let her
17.
do it.
No, she genuinely seems just as confused as him. And as she looks over at the students, you watch as she casts some magic, sort of squints her eyes as she looks around, shakes her head as she sees another group of students doing something clearly magical, and walks on over to talk to them. Maybe I have to have a no magic rule in here.
Yeah, that makes sense. I think it's a heaven. Why would anyone need magic?
Yeah, it's a good point, isn't it? Well, look, thank you for your patronage. I hope to see you all again.
Yeah, can we just call it 15? And here he hands the 15 gold that he picked up for the smut mags.
No, I've already taken off 3 golds. No, I've already discounted it from 20 down to 17. It's 17. That's how much you're paying.
It's fine. Harry, it's okay. I slide the 2 over.
Yep. Okay.
Ember. Students are looking very sheepish as Phineas announces this quite loudly to the tavern, and everyone can overhear this.
Look, I feel for them because, I mean, I'm only 30 myself. I'm not very well versed with these other people. I probably just look at them and go, thanks for that, and then I'd just probably start walking out. I'm not gonna dob them in necessarily.
30 for a Firbolg's, yeah, pretty young. So
Very young,
yeah, like you're pretty young for a Firbolg. As you make your way out and begin heading back towards the rest of the group, and with that, all of you depart and make your way back towards the Night Hall.
Can I just say, is that because like Ash would be like 10 leaving Palatown?
We've got
We've
got Ember a wee bit older. I think we agreed that Ember was like 16, 17 if he was a human. Basically, like just old enough to head out and travel on his own if he was a human.
An age which makes sense to actually travel by yourself, potentially, yes.
Yeah, that's true.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Brilliant. As you make your way back towards the Night Hall and arrive at the guild headquarters, you can see that the crowd of people who were milling around the blacksmith shops around Howes under the earth have mostly dispersed, and Howes is having a bit of a break, sitting outside the front drinking from a water skin, sweat dripping through her fur, wetting the top of her very like desert leopard fur patterns. She gives you a smile and a bit of a nod as you walk inside. Waiting for you in the foyer is Mira. As you step on inside, she smiles warmly and welcomes you all in. Just bring you all through. Let me get you all in, hey? As you head on inside, the sitting room here is very, very opulent, as discussed before. It's clearly been designed with a very, shall we say, like focus on comfort and style. And as you make your way in and take your seats, I can just drag you in. Here you go. As you make your way in and take your seats in the sitting room, Mira warmly smiles and gathers up some papers that she had strewn about her on the nearby desk. Well, welcome back. How was your diversion in the town?
It was rather enjoyable, actually.
I drank a whole barrel of ale.
Oh, excellent.
And I fought 8 guards.
It was
and an old man with a samurai sword.
it was amicable engagement, I hear.
Oh God, I was concerned you just attacked guards. I was
No.
worried we had another Emmerich on our hands.
I challenged them to honorable combat, sparring.
Oh,
Fist.
good. Wonderful. Well, if it helps build relations between the guild and the Ocean Royal Guards, I have no complaints. Now, we have a bit of a situation. I mentioned previously that there was some reports coming from the Underdark, a section of this land's world that we normally haven't had much to do with. I myself have actually never been into the depths of the Underdark. I did wonder, is this something you might potentially be interested in checking out? We will have to send a team. Oh, sorry, I haven't told you what's there. Let me pull open the report. About a week ago, a group of deep gnomes, Snurf Niblin, came up from the dark, talking about a sudden expansion of the Dwergar, taking slaves to mine the surrounding ores. Yes, Niles?
Did you just say Snurf Niblin?
It is the name. Yes, that is the name of deep gnomes in their tongue, Snurf Niblin.
Oh, okay. I'll have to get used to saying that. Okay, I'll write that down.
It is spelt how it sounds. SNIRF. This is legit. I'm not making this up. Snurf Niblin. If I remember.
No, I have heard them. I have heard that before.
Sorry, it's Sverv. Oh, I might have said that right. Sverniblin. It's SVIRF.
It's already a mouthful, Owen.
Sverniblin.
That I'm sure that even the way you tried it was more than amicable. To be honest.
Snurf Niblin?
Sverniblin.
Sverniblin.
Reports that the Dwergar, the deep dwarves, a group of them, a large city of them, has expanded rapidly recently, and the Sverniblin was saying that there has been a number of people taken, not just from the depths, but from the surface too, and used as slaves to help mine out the caverns for items of interest. What was interesting is a large focus on mining coal, not something that the Dwergar need in such high numbers. I suspect the Dwergar might be working for the Stone Giants, but why the Stone Giants would ally themselves with Dwergar and allow for slaves to be used to mine is beyond me. I don't know much about the Stone Giants, and the report from Loki says that they can be hard to understand and unpredictable.
Oh well, that's comforting. But the mining of coal, that's rather interesting. The mountain giant, the hill giants were, they were wanting to access the oil reserves for their own devices.
This is interesting. I did read that in your report. I am concerned that it seems like the giants are restocking, rearming, and getting ready for possible battle. This is worrying. I know Loki tells me that there is nothing to worry about, but I can't help but feel that there is something going on we are not being told about.
Well, Loki perhaps may be speaking on behalf of the different giant factions, but our discussion with Jarl Gunlock seems to suggest that there is definitely an imminent battle between her and her brothers, at least. But whether or not these other giant clans are arming for something else, that remains to be seen. Definitely worth investigating, though.
Definitely worth investigating. Now, I also read in your report that you were following a lead to a facility somewhere in the north. Wiltix has offered to go and do some scouting around, see if he can get a lead. This sounds bad, but I can't afford to lose a whole team on a search, and I think it best if we send the team down towards the Underdark to deal with what is below, while Wiltix scouts ahead, and Wiltix can cover quite a bit of ground, and he says that he can talk to wolves now too, so I guess that might help?
Sounds like a plan to me.
the other thing that we will need to discuss as well, I need a team to head to the Shattered Isles sometime in the next few weeks, so if you are able to find out what's going on in the Underdark and maybe investigate and see if there's anything you can do to help and maybe release the captives and spy on the stone giants. If you can make it back, I think it best to fly you to the Shattered Isles. I'm also told that the Underdark connects to many different lands. I was speaking with one of my dragon contacts, and they said that once a black dragon had made a lair underneath an area of Balmia, and had accessed it not by flying over land, but by flying through caves deep beneath the earth, all the way from Chiari. It's quite a distance, a whole continent's distance, and a large ocean between. So perhaps you might be able to find your way over to the Shattered Isles and emerge from underneath.
Are you suggesting that we could take the Air of Decency down into the caverns?
Oh, that might be a bit tricky. I'm not sure if the Air of Decency would be able to fly through some of the gaps and pathways. In fact, I was hoping to check with Griswold about organising a vehicle for you, but he has still not returned.
I'm just a bit concerned about covering the distance needed in the Underdark. Do you have an idea of where the captives are being held? Do you know where the Druid city is, by chance?
I need to speak up. I don't actually know what this Underdark is. Why is everyone so worried?
Underneath the lands, above, all of the world you see is just part of our world, Threign. There is a vast network of caves and tunnels deep beneath the earth, almost as large, with as much surface area as the continents above. Some say even larger.
We do have something like this up north. We don't call it Underdark, though. I'm a bit more familiar now with it. I can see why Niles here would be a bit apprehensive in going through it and trekking through it at a long time. I myself can't see in the dark, and I imagine my friend over here, and I point over to Ember, probably can't see in the dark either. This could be worrisome, but with Ember's abilities, we'll be able to see at least, but everything will be able to see us.
On your shoulder, Ember,
which is even more the fun, though, to be honest.
Flicker flaps his wings, and this sort of like flame-like radiance shoots out from him for a brief moment, like a candle flame lighting in his wings as the feathers sort of flicker just for a moment, giving him his name.
I wonder what we could fight down there, hey? With a friend here basically lighting us up.
It is a good question, Niles, and Threign, that you raise a good point about the dark. I do have some devices that might help. I have 2 gems that, when you hold them close together and click them, both will light up, and to turn them off, you just click them again. They are light stones. I am going to give these to you to take with you. In terms of transport, the Snurf-Niblin, the Sver-Niblin, have said that there's large underground rivers and lakes, and many of them have boats they use to traverse. I think what the best plan is to head down, meet up with the Sver-Niblin, and then they will be able to guide you where you need to go.
In relation to Oxenfurt, where we are now, the Snurf-Niblin city, how far away is it from here?
This is going to be a bit exciting for you, Niles. I know you are you've been very interested in following our history. I'm actually going to be sending you to the town of Greennest.
Oh, indeed. How wonderful.
There's a series of caves not too far from the town that the cult of the dragon had used as a hatchery. Turns out those caves go far deeper than we ever explored. You'll be tracing our steps and then forging your own pathway, Niles.
My, where it all begun. Wow.
Yes, where it all began, yes.
How far away is Greennest again from Oxenfurt?
A couple of days' travel, so we are going to drop you off with an air of decency. I am then going to be heading up to the Sky City Volus. I won't be back for some time, so Azure will be your main point of contact for the next few weeks, if you are to make it back.
I have one question I want to find out real quick, Mira. You said teams, like you were talking about multiple. What other teams does Tempest possess?
Well, there's another team that we organised to go investigate a village not too far to the north, that went missing, actually. I'm going to be checking in on them soon. Yervith has gone to go and see if he can find them. We recruited them not too long before we recruited you for the task of investigating the giants. I'm hoping they're okay. They haven't checked in for about 3 weeks.
They're probably dead. What can you do?
These
things happen.
For those following along, that's the Curse of Strahd campaign team.
Yeah, I actually wanted to hear what Mira and the Co were actually doing about it. I wanted to see what their response
Oh,
was.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, no, I could imagine they'd be freaking out.
Yeah. They send a group to go investigate missing adventurers, and now they're missing. Like, it's not a good look.
No.
So, I like that. I wanted to see sort of... That's fun.
That's a huge PR disaster waiting to happen.
It's a massive PR disaster.
Well,
Leosin is working behind the scenes to suppress that.
I tell you this, we are now number 1 team, 8 team. I grab everyone that's around me, like Niles, Ember, Harry, and Lyra, and I bring everyone into like a big bear hug almost. Like, we got this. We are 8 team, yes? We all strong. Oh, we've done very well together. We're family.
The 8 team of the Tempest Guild, you say? Oh.
What? What did you say?
Oh, nothing.
Oh, okay.
The other team is we're kind of a bit fragmented at the moment, but it's the original team of the guild. Myself, Shana, obviously Lyra, you're now heading up this team. Lockie's kind of doing his own thing with the giants for the moment, but hopefully he'll come back and check in with us. And obviously Tetra now and Crassus I have sent off on a task as well. They're going to be investigating the Balmian dwarves. Obviously now is the perfect person to send, and Tetra, being a crystal ganassi, hopefully has some insight that she can provide.
Sounds like a plan.
So there's a few teams now. We're growing rapidly.
Indeed. What business do you have in Volus, if I may ask?
Of course, no, happy to share. Obviously the Sky Cities, this is rather awkward. They were once giant castles, but when the giants vanished, some of the castles have stayed powered, and a number of elves in particular went and colonized the castles. As a result, currently Volus, there's a dispute between the cloud giants, who believe it is their rightful property, and the elves and humans and half-elves who've lived there for centuries. It is a little awkward. The other item of interest as well is Solaris. Solaris is currently, it was an old storm giant city, castle as well. It's interesting. Eris, the sky city that eventually landed, that the Owlin and Aarakocra call home to their temples, Niles.
Of course, yes.
The seat of the Eris theocracy. Doesn't seem like the giants have made a claim on it, but eventually I wouldn't mind sending you to go and check in on that. I mean, it was a sky castle once upon a time, even if it has crashed into the mountains atop the Shattered Isles.
That would be... I don't think I've ever been there myself. I've heard of the stories, of course, but I would be honored to venture to the homeland and see it with my own eyes.
Yeah, Niles, you would know that the Owlin and Aarakocra... this is a little bit of lore that I don't think we've actually given to you, where like how the Owlin and Aarakocra came to Nostea. I just realised I don't think we've actually discussed that, but Niles, you would know, it is very well documented in Owlin and Aarakocran history that Owlin originate in the Feywilds, and a group of Owlin who lived in the Twilight Woods, an area ruled over by the Unseelie Court, broke a contract with the Archfey and were forced to flee the Feywilds into the Plane of Air. Then, when they arrived, they banded together with a group of Aarakocra who had refused to serve the Duke of Winds, the Duke of Arca, and they formed a unified society of Aarakocra and Owlin on the far reaches of the Plane of Air. During the Ruin, when the chaotic magics were unleashed, gods walked the earth and fought one another, mortals as their soldiers. A portal to all 4 elemental planes was opened at the same time as a result of the chaotic magic, and unfortunately for the Aarakocra and Owlin, it opened in the middle of their enclave in the Plane of Air, dragging all of them through into Nostea.
Wow.
They were given sanctuary by the elves, because the elves recognized the Owlin from their time in the Feywild. There were stories that they still told, passed down through the generations, and they recognized the Owlin. The Aarakocra and Owlin were given refuge. And obviously during this time, magical messages were very difficult. The chaotic magic in the air would often corrupt messages, change them. Any of the gods could be listening in. So the Aarakocra and Owlin kind of became the messengers for the allies.
Yeah.
And that's how the Aarakocra Messenger Guild started. So during the night, the Owlin carry messages. During the day, the Aarakocra do. And so for most people on Nostea, the Owlin and Aarakocra are kind of seen as the one people. There's no differentiation. They all came at the same time. They've always been one people. But it's more like a very close, almost like a brotherhood and sisterhood between the two groups. But over the last like 200, 300 years, there's a spiritual movement that has risen in the ranks of the Owlin and Aarakocra, centered around this almost like a theocracy style thing. And a number of different families have ruled the theocracy as the Zishi, the head, the spiritual head of the Aarakocran people, a little bit like the Buddha is for Buddhists.
Wow.
And so the patterns on your clothing are the patterns of the Eris theocracy. That's
Fuck yeah.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
amazing.
I
really
got
cool.
stuff going in the background. Don't you worry.
Wow. Huge lordom. That's amazing. That kind of makes sense as well, because like I've always kind of like had this thing with the Silverwind family. I don't really know like what their deal is, but like having that tie back to theocracy is like,
and this was the
even
thing,
just
right?
as like a minor,
No, absolutely. And this is the thing, right? I needed a way to have like an
That makes a lot of
Owlin.
sense.
Yeah. I needed a way to have
cool.
the Aarakocra and Owlin to have their own social and political structure. But because there was such a big thing about the Aarakocran Messenger Guild and how powerful they were, it didn't make sense to have it as like a plutocracy or a monarchy or anything like that. The thing that made the most sense was them having this spiritual leader. And then there's no like real government. It's all this spiritual following. Because, I mean, given their history and given how they arrived, they don't really have a god. They weren't one of the races who a primordial chose and became a god for. So they're one of the few races on Nostea who don't serve a deity. None of them do.
I'm seeing a problem though.
Yeah.
You're a butler, right, to the Silverwind family, Niles?
well, I'm like a servant sort of.
So,
Yeah.
and the Silverwind family are elves?
No.
No.
Owlin.
Owlin.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Thank God. I was going to draw a different conclusion there.
No. I like the Silverwind
Okay.
family. That's why, because like
So
the
they're
Silverwind
all
is-
elves. They're
Yes.
all
They're
elves.
pretty powerful in the Aarakocra Messenger. Actually, no, sorry, not the Messenger Guild. They're powerful in the Mercantile Guild, aren't they? They have their own
Man.
powerful. Yeah.
By the
Yeah.
end of this, they better make Niles a full-fledged member of the Silverwind family.
Yeah.
Well, we'll
Maybe.
see how that goes.
Obviously, none of that happens and transpires in game.
that's-
Mira
that
nods and
was
goes,
awesome,
"Yes,
though. I love that lore dump.
would be exciting to go and investigate Eris, the city now that sits on top of a mountain."
It would be an honor.
I do have one question. I heard a bit about other members of the guild and when we were drinking and such. Actually, sorry, when I was drinking with the guards, and I heard you've accounted for most whereabouts of everyone, but there was this shadowy figure that was apparently a villain and joined the group. Jin or something. What's happened to him? I did not hear about him.
Jin? No, he's a member of the
What's
guild.
he getting up to, though? Is he still around? Is he a villain? Did you kill him?
No. Jin's very, very integral part of the guild. He's, well, I say part of the guild, sort of like a consultant. He really works for a different group. I'm probably not allowed to discuss it, unfortunately. It is a bit of a secret, but he
Shrouded the mystery.
works with the Bard's College, shall we say, and has some specialist skills in infiltration and information gathering, which is what he has been doing for the last month.
He'd get along well with you then, Harry.
Yeah,
He would
we'll
actually.
see.
Yeah, he would.
knowing about Harry and some of his shadier dealings, he would.
Yeah, exactly.
What shady dealings? I'm a legit merchant.
Oh yes, of course.
Out of game.
Look at my heart of gold.
We don't
Oh,
actually
still
know
beaten.
we don't actually know anything about your shady dealings. We didn't press it. We
No.
didn't do insight checks, so we don't know anything about it.
In fact, like when Niles asked before about like looking out for anything to help, that was actually coming from a legitimate place. He wasn't like thinking anything nefarious. He's like, he thinks you're an entrepreneur. And he's like, I want to help you
I
out.
trust everyone in the group now, everyone in my family, so I just took it to face value.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, he's
It
probably.
was also not a lie. It's also not a lie.
I mean, he is a little bit sus that you tried to steal that disc and cause that problems back in Lostarchives, but it's fine. It's
Oh, I was
Mira.
stealing it for the Giants.
Oh, I actually give a thumbs up to Harry. You know, that
Yeah.
was Giant
Yeah,
Tech
that's
he was
true.
trying to get back,
That is
and
true.
I'm looking for Giant Tech, so like I actually gave him a thumbs up. That was good.
That's a
on
good
him.
point. That's a good
Mira
point, actually.
reaches
No, you're
down
right.
into a bag and pulls out these two crystals. What's really interesting is they are still partially embedded in the stone, almost forming what looks like a crystal imagine almost like a crystal torch where the stone makes up the body of the torch and then the head of the crystal pokes out about 20 centimeters. This like beautiful, almost like a yellow amber has been shaped and carved into this like essentially a multi-sided dodecahedron poking out from the end of this section of rock. The middle of this section of stone has actually been wrapped in leathers and tied off, and as she hands the two crystals together, she shows you how to connect them and turn them on. You place them end on end so the crystals are pointing away from each other, hit them together, and both light up with a directional light that seems to shine for 30 feet with bright light and dim light for a further 30 feet. Essentially, it's like a torch, but directional. Imagine like a hooded lantern. Here, I will pass these to you. These are for you. We've also refilled a backpack with rations ready to go that will last you in the Underdark, as well as some clean water. And Griswold did leave behind one of these devices that if you pass water through it, it will purify up to 5 liters of water a day. Not quite enough to fully make sure all of you are well watered, but I believe... And Lyra holds her hand and goes, I can deal with the water. I got a decanter of endless water. I'm good. I can do clean water. Oh, yes. Well, maybe I'll keep that. I'll keep that for later then, maybe. Maybe that's not something you need. Mira tucks it away. Right, well, did you have any questions for me? Unfortunately, I don't know the exact way down to the Sverniblin camp, but I do know that it is a direct route through the caves just north of Greennest. If you follow
that's all I need. Direct is fine. That's good.
Direct is fine, yes. I'm sure you'll do very well. Were there any other questions? Yes, Niles.
I don't have any other questions per se. I was just wondering when you needed us to leave. There was a member in the unseen university. Anyway, no, we heard of a teacher there who might be able to assist us. His name was Professor Grell. He seemed to be an expert on the flora and fauna. Might be able to assist us with the Underdark, or to look for. Thought we might speak to him before we head off. Just in case there's anything we need to keep an eye on.
Very wise. Yes, I strongly encourage this. Being forewarned is forearmed, as I always say. Please, we still have to get the airship fully refueled and ready, so you have until tomorrow morning. If you wanted to head out to the university, you can do so now.
Oh, excellent. That might be good.
Brilliant. Well, fantastic. I might get ready for my journey too. I'll be coming with you to Greennest and then onwards to Volus.
Excellent.
I am at a game. I never thought about this, but
Hello.
In your world, giants and dragons don't get along. That was the history?
Not so much. That's pretty standard for most settings.
I remember hearing that dragons push the giants out. That's what I thought. I might be wrong.
So there's a lot of rumour around what happened to the giants and why they vanished. So in terms of the quick history, just to catch everyone up, this is the home world of the giants. The giants are the only native inhabitants of Nostea. The world was created by primordials. Anam, the first god, who was a primordial, created each of the giants kind of in his image in a way, and then they lived in this world alone as the only sentient beings for centuries, developing magic and tech and runic technology. When they started to experiment with planar portals, the dragons, elves, and dwarves came through and began colonizing Nostea. From what you know, it sounds like there was a treaty between them. The elves were offered sanctuary from the Archfey. They fled the Feywilds to Nostea and were offered sanctuary by the giants. The dragons, it's not really known why they were allowed to stay. You do know there was a conflict between the giants and dragons, and the dragons basically said, like, this is our continent now, we own this, come and take it, like, if you're hard enough. After quite a bit of conflict, there was a peace reached where the giants eventually went, okay, fine.
Alright, cool.
The dwarves, similar situation. They went and carved out the Underdark. They made a bit of a deal. They paid for their passage with gold and gems and silver, and so they were allowed to stay. The giants vanishing, it is now strongly suspected, after what you've learned at the end of the Tyranny of Dragons campaign, that the gods of the elves, dwarves, and dragons, so Bahamut, let me pull my things up from Bahamut, give me a sec. So Bahamut, Corellon, Damir, Melora, and Moradin, were involved with the vanishing of the giants, and no one has been able to connect with Anam since that moment. Anam vanished with the giants. It is strongly suspected that the Eldar races, the dwarves, elves, and dragons, somehow were involved with the vanishing of the giants too. But it's still a bit of a mystery. No one really knows.
That's cool.
Happened.
That's awesome. Because like obviously, like I just was trying to sort of figure out if I was just starting to think because Mira's like, the child of dragons, and I'm child of giants. I was wondering how that at least relationship would be.
For the dragons,
it sounds like
the giants have been gone for thousands of years.
I'm talking more about talking about what the Goliaths to Dragonborn.
Oh,
that seems like we're actually pretty good.
Yeah, no conflict between Goliath and Dragonborn specifically. No, none at all. The Dragonborn and Goliath actually probably wouldn't interact very much at all. The Dragonborn and dragons living on Chiari, the continent far to the southeast. The Goliaths inhabiting most of the northern and mountainous regions. No, it's actually probably not a lot of overlap.
Cool. That's good. That means I have no issues there. I was just I was starting to think like, should I actually trust Mira as much as like I do, or do I mistrust you to some like prior? But no, that's perfect.
In the Forgotten Realms, dragons and giants have a long history of bloody conflict and perpetually are in the effort of fucking over the other group. It's like part of the driving factor of Storm King's Thunder. That campaign is dragons wanting to fuck over giants and giants wanting to fuck over dragons. So it's in the Forgotten Realms, 1,000,000%. If you're playing in any of those settings, yes, dragons and giants don't like each other. They do not get along.
Not cool.
But here, wee bit different. Because why would I use the existing lore when I can spend hours of my time writing my own unique one? Why wouldn't I do that? Why wouldn't I do that?
Well, perfect. Well, with that, I'll look around and go, well, it sounds like we should go to this university. Whatever that is, I'm sure we'll have a lot of fun. It'll be great.
Oh, yes, you'll have
just smiles and nods.
Yes, you're going to have a grand time.
Perfect. Anyone to spar there?
Maybe not in the way that you're thinking.
Okay, we'll see.
Verbal battles, maybe?
Yes, battles of the mind.
I hear. I wonder. I meant to ask this, Threign. This is a question I've had for some time. I've heard that giants, Goliaths, and Firbolg. So yes, Ember, you too. I've heard there is this battle of words you sometimes do called flighting.
Oh, okay. This is new to me. So
this is
okay. Yeah, Owen. Can you give guess me and Simon here a bit of a breakdown on that?
So this is a fun real world thing from our world. Scandinavia, so Denmark, Norway, and Sweden, during the peak of the Viking invasion of England, invented a really fun way of taking down your opponents, and it was essentially the medieval version of rap battles. Flighting is the act of speaking poetically while destroying your opponent with insults. It is essentially a poetic insult battle. This was a very, very popular sport for the Scandinavians. It lasted for a very, very long time, and it's still today there are people who do flighting competitions in Sweden, Norway, and Denmark.
You're telling me that vicious mockery is a real thing?
Vicious mockery is a real thing.
I'm gonna have to now research this a little bit so I can actually do it.
FLYTING.
Simon, you got to do this too because they're going to be flighting.
Yeah, FLY. Yeah. 15th and 16th centuries.
Giant dialects.
Yeah, counter boasting. Contest of counter boasting where you exchange insults between two parties, often in verse.
I guess how would that? Okay, look, lore dump for everyone at home. How would that look? How would flighting look for the Goliaths, and how would flighting look for Ember? Like Ember's people are the Firbolgs.
I'm going to say that the Firbolgs, it's more about boasting about your own achievements, whereas the Goliaths, it's more about belittling the opponent. So it's the same structure, but it's just a slight different focus on how you do it. So the Firbolgs are all about talking themselves up. The Goliaths are all about tearing their opponent down verbally.
Yeah, okay. I guess because the whole Goliath thing is you act. Yeah. You don't stand on your laurels. You continue and strive forth.
That was a lesson in itself.
If you ever want to play,
actually, you know what? I'll say that to Mira in my giant dialect.
Yeah. If you ever wanted to play a Goliath bard, that's how you do it. You essentially become an insult bard. You take the Eloquence College, which is all about using like vicious mockery and cutting words and things like that, and you just essentially flight your opponents so hard they get damage.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's
man,
incredible.
So much fun. Perfect. Well, I think then.
Okay,
no, you go.
As Mira, sorry, because I was talking to Mira.
Yeah.
As Mira sort of asked that question, I sort of respond in a giant dialect, sort of like, I don't know, random sort of stuff to her, I guess. But like, I actually start doing it and putting a bit of emphasis on things and a bit of panache, I guess.
You
Very
sit there
deep,
in scales
the
so
giant-
fair, but nothing between your ears but air. Stuff like that. That's flighting essentially. Yeah, brilliant. Perfect. Because Ali is not here, and I think Lyra would really want to be there for the conversation with Professor Grell at the Unseen University, given that it's specifically an expert on flora and fauna, and Lyra is obsessed with mushrooms. I think what I might do, we're bang on 9 o'clock. I reckon what we'll do is we'll wrap up there.
Good time.
No cliffhanger, for once. We'll wrap up there.
Oh, no,
it's not really a cliffhanger.
we've got a bit of a motive and a bit of something we're moving towards. So definitely next, the exciting adventures at the university.
Absolutely. And I think we'll wrap up there for tonight, and we will come back next week, head to the university, and then make our way to Green Nest and delve into the Underdark, an area that I have never DM'd before ever. It's the first time DMing for me. I've never been in as a player. So
yeah, me neither. Actually,
I've never been Underdark.
It's one of those things. It's an area that is so rarely utilized in campaigns, and
it's gonna be fun. Actually,
yeah. I was gonna. I had you had an idea? Go tell me.
If Halloween's, it's probably a bit too. I think it's gonna be a bit too late. But the Underdark could be spooky, and Halloween's around the corner.
You guys are gonna be there for more than a session. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
I mean, it'd be great, like on Halloween, to start it off with the vibe, the spooky vibes. There, we'll see. We'll see. Like, I think it might not happen there, but that'd be fun.
I can keep you in the
I
nicer
actually think
part.
this is my. I actually think this is my first character without dark vision as well, and it's the first time in the Underdog.
Oh,
Does anyone have dark vision?
I do. Yeah,
I think Lyra does too, but I think that's
Lyra does because she's an Eladrin. Yeah.
I think there's three of us that don't have dark vision.
I have dark vision out to 120 feet. That's an hour.
Yeah, right. Because you're an hour. Of course you do. Yeah.
I got zero. I got zero.
Yeah.
I have Leoprin senses, which is like proficiency in perception. So I think it's meant to be like the equivalent of like hearing hearing for the dark.
That's useful. Yeah.
Hearing and smell. Rabbits are particularly good at, so that'll be good for you.
Oh no!
Awesome.
Can't wait to thaumaturgy down there.
Oh,
that's
man.
amazing.
So it's actually funny. I originally had a bit of an Underdark adventure planned for Tyranny of Dragons, and I kind of dropped the hook once or twice. Once before you joined, Matt. So that was when it was still Emmerich and Simon. You were there as Wiltix. You guys didn't really bite. You were more interested in tracking down the cult directly. So I pulled the hook away, and then I dropped it again later on. Before you guys went to Chiari, before you went to investigate the Draconic Nation.
Yeah.
Dropped the hook again, not much interest. So I've been so keen to get the Underdark in later on. And,
we're doing it.
I mean, to be fair, the Chiari arc was fucking awesome. So
it was.
that was amazing.
You made
That was
look.
incredible.
I think that was a much better choice to go to that. Because now I can use the Underdark here, and it's way more appropriate because the Stone Giants. Like, it's just so much more appropriate to have it now. So it's worked out really well.
Right.
Wow.
Awesome. Well, thank you, everybody. Thank you so much. We are going to rock and roll and head on out of here. But before we go, if you're watching us on Twitch, it is definitely time to head on over and raid somebody. If you do Tyranny and do not invite me... Oh, we've actually done Tyranny of Dragons, Malagalatim. That was our first campaign.
No.
There's 106 episodes of it up on YouTube.
I'll eat you, Owen.
Yeah. Sorry, Owen.
I'm gonna get eaten. That's a shame.
Having your
I'm telling you, man.
Oh, he knows. I'm not running a Tyranny of Dragons again anytime soon. It's going to be a bit of time before we do that.
I see.
Let's go and raid. I reckon let's go raid Fantasy Forged. So if you're watching on Twitch, don't go anywhere. We're going to go raid Fantasy
they were around
Forged.
before in the chat.
Yeah, they're lovely. We love Fantasy Forged. If you're watching this on YouTube or on listening to it on the podcast, leave us a review if it's a podcast, a star review if you can. Some podcast platforms let you do that. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Join the absolute bloody legends that have already hit it, the 936 bloody legends who have hit it, and help us just creep across that goal of 1,000 before
Is
the
that our
end of
fan
November.
base? Is that the official name, Bloody Legends?
Yeah, that's the official name for anyone who's clicked the subscribe button is a bloody legend. It's a true fact.
There you go, fan
Yeah,
club.
yeah.
Fan club.
Absolutely.
True fact. Awesome. Thank you so much, everybody. Stay safe. Stay well. We'll see you all again really, really soon. Goodbye, everybody. Bye.
See you, everyone.
Hey guys.